diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's gotta be biblical.
Not sure whose intro it is, so I'll do it. Welcome to Patriots Across The Pond and Frens, Friday Deeper Dives with Jason Q.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How about you?
Yeah,
Hello.
good. Excellent. Much going on, as usual. Trump's coming on live in a little while, we believe.
Yep. Keep an eye on it right now.
Good. So, what have you been digging into this week?
Oh, everything. I'm dealing with these demon shit now. So
Still on the mirrors.
Yeah, I've never been so confused in my life right now than this. And why is this acting up? You know what? Let me duck out real quick, and then I'll come right back.
Okay. No worries.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
So,
hey, you guys in the chat, thank you. And, thanks for the support for Renee. You guys have put some beautiful things in there. And I think that just warms his heart. I know it warms mine. So thanks for the support.
yeah, definitely. Just whack my dog on charge, all right?
Okay. Well, I guess I'm here alone, guys. The men have left. So we've got the Trump speech kind of off in the waiting room to bring up on camera as soon as he goes live. We'll be talking about that. And I hope everybody's having a great day. Lots going on. Yes, I love Jason's hoodie too.
Didn't put you on the spot there.
That's okay. I was just chatting with everyone. Yeah, Jason's hoodie is very cool.
Yeah, so we've seen a lot go on this week. Prince Andrew, swamp creature, got arrested. Everyone was cheering. Got released on bail.
Allegedly, right? We like to think this happened a long time ago. How could you line up all these sixes?
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's been. I just mentioned the other day. I went round my Reiki master's house, and she was there with two other people, and they were all getting their hair done by Ashley, the hairdresser. And he said he had a little holiday down near Sandringham, and he was driving around the roads down there, and they couldn't get down a certain roads. Anyway, when they zoomed in on the map, I think it was that Wood Cottage, Wolferston, or something like that. He said, that's where we think P. Andrew or Pandrew has been staying, right? Sandringham's big like that, and this tiny little cottage down there. You couldn't get down any of the roads. He said it was sort of blocked off a bit on Google Maps when he tried to have a look at the time. But he's probably been there. He's probably been there, if that is him, under house arrest sort of a thing, like they did potentially with Ghislaine Maxwell, phone calls coming in and all these sorts of things.
Yeah.
But yes, he got arrested on his 66th birthday by 6 police vehicles that turned up. There's your 666. We found out today that it is 666 days to the day, including his arrest to the day that white and black horse ran through London, escaped with all the blood all over them. No surprise there, is there? That we are watching a scripted movie.
Yeah. And all of this stuff really does come down to numerology, right? It's all numbers, number of days, time, all that. So that really gives us a good indication that this stuff has probably happened already, but we need to let it play out to wake more people up.
Yeah. And if anyone, I was watching one of Rambo's shows the other night. I think it was D-Class, and they had an hour segment in there when the debriefing came on, and he's basically put his AI tools and stuff like that. Potentially, if anyone wants that, send me a message, because it looks potentially like Bitcoin might have been one worldwide criminal sting operation to monitor every single transaction. Now, I know a lot of people say Bitcoin is decentralized and it's the only one, and the Bitcoin maximalists and stuff like that. And a lot of people got XRP and there's all this bickering and stuff. But that is a very, very interesting hour. Anyone wants to go and watch that?
Yeah. You guys, if anybody out there is interested in kind of taking the journey with us with Renee, you could obviously watch. We've done 2 episodes so far. The second was this morning for US East Coast time, and of course the afternoon in the UK. But today we actually gave him some homework. Before we were just trying to calm him and just give him some like bits and pieces. Today we went a little deeper and we gave him some homework, and it was actually the 5 parts of, I guess, would you call it the devolution?
Yeah, it's based on devolution. What it is, Dauntless Dialogue did a 5-part series called Devolved. The first episode is, I believe, 45 minutes. I think the second one is an hour. And I'm giving that. That's about 3 hours for watching. See, the thing is with Renee, he's doing a lot of his own homework, but because he's doing his own homework, he's going off on all sorts of different tangents like we've all done, But he just needs a bit of guidance at the moment. But yeah, that was great.
Exactly. Try to curate a little bit to give him direction. But anyway, my point is, if anybody wants to also do that, just as a refresh, a lot of us have done it, but now it's like interesting to kind of refresh and say, oh yeah, that's right, this, that, because now we're looking at it, going back a little bit from when it actually was first put out there. So we were just talking about how we're red pilling Renee and the progress that we're making.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's slow going. But
yeah.
I mean, you can't dump anything we're talking about on people.
Well, I mean, he jumped straight in with the Epstein files, didn't he? That woke him up. So he's like
everybody. It woke up everybody.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Well, apart from all my mates.
I mean, they're so stupid. I mean, God, these people are so stupid.
Yeah.
God, they're just. I mean, the hard R all the time. All the time. All the damn time.
So last week we were talking about, this demon stuff.
Yeah.
And you're still kind of through.
Yeah. I mean, the lesser ritual, the pentagram. I mean, some of this stuff is just the bornless ritual, the lesser key of Solomon, list of demons is Ars Goetia. I mean, it just, I don't know. I mean,
well, we've seen those pictures, right, of the rituals with the children in the pentagrams, so that visual has been out there. Hey, I have a question for you, because we're talking about all this, and I meant to bring this up to you guys last time because we touched on it. But like, I went to my mother-in-law's house the other night, and she was very upset because she was so upset about this Guthrie woman. And oh my God, this poor woman. So what is this? What are they trying to do with this? Because that story is all over. I had to roll my eyes, and I was like, yeah, because she's so not awake, But
yeah. Well, the thing is that, so they're on the manhunt for one woman, an 84-year-old woman, right? How many kids have been trafficked through Arizona?
Exactly.
A lot. Nothing about that. Why is everybody so in tune with her? Which?
Yeah.
So, here's what we have to ask ourselves. So if they found all this DNA in the house and none of it matched to any FBI database, whose DNA was it?
Was it human?
They don't know. Well, they said it was human, but they don't know who it was. So
We got got any ideas?
Yeah, well, we're all in the FBI database. All of us are. Who's not? Why were they poking sticks down those 2 holes behind her in her grove in the backyard where they were doing these rituals and shit? So whose blood was at the front door? They said it wasn't hers. Then whose was it? And they don't know. Well, then how do you not know? And then you see all these black gloves being lit around. It's like, there's no coincidence that Trump was wearing one black glove. He wore one red glove one time in his first term. And then that took us down the whole Barron route and everything like that in the UK. Then he wore a black glove. One black glove. And now you're seeing a bunch of black gloves littered all around. Because if you're searching for stuff and you have gloves on, why would you drop a glove anywhere if you're searching a crime scene? You wouldn't. So who did it? We got her. Now they're going to nail TMZ too. All these fake notes. Oh, send us a Bitcoin and, we'll let you know who it is. Why are they sending all the letters to TMZ and not to the feds?
Yeah, that's the one.
I mean, weird.
Who do you think it is then? Whose blood?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. What the fuck do I look like? I'm no FBI. Whatever it is. It's gonna end up being kids. You look at the shit that they were doing to those kids when they were young with the whole kidnapping thing and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But someone just made a good point in the chat, English Hawk. This could just be again, right? So now this woman has everyone's attention, or the normies. Let's put it that way. And they're upset and they're worried. So maybe it is a precursor to all the stuff with the kids when that really starts to come out specifically. Or, like you said, maybe it's going to lead to the kids.
And then,
disclosure.
And you look at this with them promoting the Ring camera, right? Well, she didn't have a Ring camera. She had a Nest camera. They had them embedded in the brick and everything. Why would you put cameras inside of the brick? And how would they know not to go by those cameras? And why is there 48 minutes missing of the whole entire, there's a clump missing out of the videos.
I'm looking at the screen, you guys, trying to make sense of this. They're at the White House right now, apparently, allegedly.
Yeah. You'll see it when Trump walks out.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see it when Trump walks out.
Yeah, I don't know, but she's holding something
doing a sound
up.
check. Yeah, hold up paper up.
Sound check? Okay.
Like a paper check for
Yeah.
They camera, got the dial in. Yeah.
Yeah, just give us a shout when you want it on. We'll smash it up straight up.
Right on. Yeah, because this is going to be good.
Yeah, now, it's interesting as well, isn't it, that the name Leon Black's come up, and we were only talking about children at schools with their school photos and things, and how this relates, he's part of Life Touch, isn't it? All in the Epstein drops. People have been reading this going, I'm never having another school photo and stuff. Some people have been saying, I would never allow my school to get photographed at school anyway.
Well, now, but Stu, you got to understand, Jason, you could attest to this. Who the hell was thinking that 30 years ago? We used to get excited. What are you going to wear? At least girls. What are you going to wear?
Yep.
All right, some of us went to schools with uniforms, but the point is your hair. Does my hair look okay? And you fix your hair and you all took turns. So we looked at it like it was a memory, right? Oh, here's my first grade picture, my second grade picture. They take the class, oh, remember this kid? And you look back, it was a joyous thing. Let's put it that way.
Was.
Now it's a different story, right? But awful.
Because you had a massive thing over there, didn't you, with kids' faces on milk cartons for a long time? Didn't you, missing kids?
Yeah. Now look. And they're like, hey, we'll come up with Amber Alert. How'd that work?
Yeah.
You put all the pedophiles in charge of the Amber Alert system.
And John Walsh and all those.
Oh, that fucking
fuckers.
jag off. That guy is a piece of shit.
Do you know whatever happened with his daughter? Because I followed it to a point and then I stopped following it. Remember they tried to they did take her kids away.
We had her on a while ago.
Thought you did, yes.
Yeah. And we should get in contact with her, but I mean, with everything going on, it's like, then we got to go back to, it goes back to all the kids.
Yeah.
It goes back to the Masons, Judaism, Mormons. The Mormons are just, they are the biggest piece of shit in all this. At least with the Jews and all that, you know what you're getting. You know what you're dealing with. With the Mormons, they'll sit here and shake your hand. Oh, hey, yeah, we're all about the country. Yeah. No, you guys were never about the country. You guys have been all about circumventing it and overthrowing it. That's the 1111, 2 general orders issued by Grant. One was the Jews and one was the Mormons. And right now, the Mormons are, the Jews have always been a threat, but the Mormons are a bigger threat now. I think out west and everything, how they're trying it with all the child trafficking. Because people don't think, they're wearing suits. Shit. What have we learned? That's unreal. But yeah, this...
People think they know what a criminal looks like, don't they? But a criminal walks around in a $5,000 suit, pretending to be your friend.
Oh, but they're the first one to tell you that Trump's a criminal.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, he's a felon. And they had the bitches on The View. They had to come out to their guests and say, oh, yeah, we're in the files. Wait a second. Weren't you guys just saying, hey, everybody in the files guilty, especially Trump? And now Whoopi Goldberg was begging Epstein to borrow his plane after he was a pedophile numerous times. And then Joy Behar partying with Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, it was a party or something. It's like, whoa. And I mean, when I heard that and you heard the audience wasn't buying it at all. They're like, no. It's like, here we go. This is what we need.
Is she still on there, Joy Behar? I haven't watched her. She is? Okay. I mean, allegedly. But it is very funny how Whoopi did have the ghost, in the machine shirt. So, this is where it gets kind of funky because you say, are these people we used to like, watching and being entertained by, and did they turn into were they evil, or are they playing a role to be evil, to be hated, and they're so believable because they're actors, right?
No, they're evil. No, they're evil. Let's take all this wonky. Oh no, they're playing. No, they're not. These people. They are not playing a part. They are evil. Hollywood is evil. Everybody in Hollywood is evil. You'll have your Mel Gibson, your few stragglers. Just like anything, you're only going to have like a handful out of the whole collective that are actually decent. The rest of them are just throwing in wood chippers, including Whoopi, all of them. They're sitting here. They're sitting here for years, bashing Trump. Oh, he's the Epstein files. Turns out they're all in it too. And now they're like, oh, well, look what Trump was in there for. All those articles. It was just news articles. Why in the hell were they dropping emails from 2021, 2022 in there? 23, 24. If the file is closed, then who's adding all this extra shit to the files?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Now what's the hoax?
Yeah.
Because the file should end it as death.
So do you think there's some stuff that's been planted in these files as well to try and try and implicate Trump.
That's what they did. They put all those news articles about Trump in there so that all you see is, oh, Trump's in there this many times. Well, it's just like anything. You see a sensationalist article and you see the headline, and you're like, holy shit. And then you fully read the article, and towards the bottom, it's like, yeah, none of this is true. It's like,
right. Although I do remember back in, was it 21 or whatever, that Whoopi did test positive for COVID. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, Miss. Oh, yeah, we went and got our shots, double boosted, triple boosted, all that. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, a wood chipper company. Fuck.
Oh,
you don't want to be a multi-millionaire, do you? Do you?
No, I'm not a financial advisor, but put your money into wood chipper companies.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, neither are we, but we've been pretty much correct about all of it. Even the Bitcoin crash, everything. It's like, wow.
Yeah, well, I was watching something the other day, Jay. The debriefing went into it, and he's pretty much, he thinks he's tracked most of it. How they, Bitcoin was a massive surveillance tool. They have tracked every transaction, throughout the whole of this. I think it was about 2009, 2012, something like that.
Oh, they were. Look, these guys were forming it back in the early 2000s with Bitcoin. Mm. They had Epstein set it up for them, helping them. So what kind of help is he going to give you? Just go to the mirror. Make all your dreams come true, but you got to pay the piper. Now, think of the Pied Piper. What did the Pied Piper, his flute, what did it lure? Children.
It's amazing when the meaning to we have everything just keeps expanding.
Yeah, and plus everybody's like, well, the coast, the coast is going to flood everything. Well, if you're throwing all these pedophiles in the ocean with millstones, yes, we will have a tsunami-like surge coming off some of the coasts. There's that many of them.
Yeah, especially if you tie a millstone around every one of their necks.
Yep. I say dump them in those cargo containers, pack them in, and just dump them. Right in the ocean. Sealed. Alive, no less.
Yeah.
Let them do some of their magic in there.
Oh, someone said Trump is streaming already? I don't see it.
I have the thing on live.
I don't see it yet.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah, we went through the Peter Pan thing last night, too. That's a lot fucked up. And plus, Peter Pan, the statue of Peter Pan is at Boulder City, which was the original name for Hoover Dam.
Oh, you've done a lot about Hoover Dam, haven't you? I've watched a lot of stuff you've done on that.
Oh, yeah. It's kooky. It's kooky. Yeah, they're still waiting.
Now, what do you think about Rupert Lowe in the UK? You've seen that Restore Britain video that's come out. Obviously, a lot of us over here have been supporting or following Nigel Farage, but then he's gone a bit south, saying about, we need to let the immigrants stay. So Rupert Lowe, who used to be in Reform, got kicked out and started his own party called Restore Britain, and he's really saying stuff like he's the UK Trump. But did you see the video he did on the 29-second mark where the O turned into a Q, a bit like that video Elon posted about a year ago? With Trump with a pink hat, and that's got a Q on it.
Yeah, I don't remember that. No.
Let me try and
I don't. Yeah, I don't remember any of that. I mean, you're asking about a point in time out of fucking 8 years, so I mean, that's kind of.
Yeah, let me try and find something. Right, that there was the video Elon posted. It was about a minute long, and in the middle of it, that O turns to a Q, right? And then, over here with Rupert Lowe, we had the same thing. This Restore Britain, that O turned into a Q.
There you go.
Halfway through the video. So a lot of us over here are thinking, because I mean, we know Nigel Farage has been with Trump a few times. He's been to a couple of rallies and he's interviewed him, but he's sort of like turned south a bit, really. So we're just waiting to see if Trump puts any weight behind this character. But that's really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I say take it all over. Every bit of it. Take it over and then let the people vote who they want in. Because you have to get rid of all the monarchies. Everything, the whole city of London, all that. It all has to be revamped. All of it. Yeah. And that's why people are like, well, what's taking so long? I don't know. They're all organizing all their fucking banking shit too. It's like they think, you're just gonna pull this out and then everybody's just gonna go into a mass panic. It's like, no, they have to have a quick transition.
There's so much that had to be done. And these idiots, I'm sorry, I know some of them are from our community. They're so short-sighted. But you want to know something? Some of these people that say, oh, when's it going to happen? And I want to see perp walks and what's going on and what's taking so long. Do you know what I think? I think they just want to have the RV happen and have lots of money. Like, they're not looking at this as necessarily a patriot.
No, never.
So that's what it's like. When is my life going to be, made better? And they're not seeing the true picture that most of us patriots are fighting for.
We had Prince Andrew arrested yesterday. People are posting the first arrest will shock the world and all these things, drops, all this sorts of stuff. 8 to 12 hours later, whenever they found out he came out, nothing's going to happen. They just get a slap on the wrist, all this sort of stuff. It's completely changed in a day. I can't be doing with it, these flip-floppers and all that. Do your research.
Yep.
And keep your faith and trust the plan, whatever the plan is to you. Because when people say, you want them trust the plan, not, say to them, what is the plan then?
Yeah, and these people come in after looking at it for a couple months and they're like, what the fuck was it? We're not bitching. At all.
No.
At all. Never have, never will. It takes as long as it takes. That's it. If people get pissed off about that, fuck off.
Yeah.
Because everybody in our community, they understand. It's like, people are starting rushing this shit. Exit. Just go.
People don't understand.
All that does is pollute it. All that does is pollute the well. You don't need that.
Yeah, exactly. And they are turning people away. That negativity, the people that are coming on board, you won't get any of that from me. People that are coming on board, and then you'll see the black pillars, clickbait, and push some shit out and all that, and pushes them the other way.
Yep. That's all they do. Or people coming in and saying, Epstein's Q. And yeah, that's that Thistlebeard character. Fuck him. Fucking retard. You're gonna listen to all this shit and then you're like, Epstein's Q. Ooh. Send a Facebook post. Ooh.
Yeah.
Fucking go back to sucking on your daddy's dick. We don't need your shit here. I don't need it. All this, putting all this work in and shit like that. And it's not like, all the, if you think about it, there's people out there that, they want to see you thrive and all that shit. But then there's people out there that just care about themselves. Why isn't it happening for me? Well, I didn't know this was about you. I'm sorry. I must have not read that in any of these. I didn't see your name in here anywhere saying that you give a fuck, that we give a fuck about you. It's a team effort. Yeah. That's it. If you don't like it.
Exactly. That is a great point, because a lot of us put an awful lot of work in. No one more than you, Jason.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, no. There's a lot more. There's a lot of people doing a lot more work. But the thing is, and I'm not saying that anybody's bitching here or anything like that, but it's the ones on the outside that are like, you see them all on different shows and all this stuff, like wanna be MAGA and all that shit, and we'll just call them fagga.
Yeah, but it's the people that, you know, I bring a lot of people over and send them stuff that I've researched. When I ask a question, I've got something for them to watch and stuff like that. But it only takes, because people have got a short attention span, some people, it only takes, this is why all these clickbait videos are fucking short.
Yep.
Right? Because it goes straight in, they have a panic can, and they've had a wobble again.
And the thing is, these shorties, you know, these short clips, where'd they get their information from? How did they come up with that? They just come up there, 30 seconds, people like, oh my God, that's real.
Yeah.
Well, also, I don't understand these people who say, you know, people from the community, not necessarily like, you know, a retard on the outside.
Yeah.
This was supposed to happen like 5 years ago. This was supposed to happen 2 years. How do you know what was supposed to happen? How do you know when the financial system was supposed to switch? Because somebody told you, oh, it's happening Tuesday. It's happening Wednesday.
Yeah. And what the fuck was it going to switch to? What was it going to be backed by? Anybody? Anybody? Mark Z? Anybody? What was it going to be backed by? What? Cryptocurrency? What is cryptocurrency? It's a dead currency. It doesn't exist. The little hats fucking did it again. But yet, tell these people, they don't want to fucking listen. So, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
He loves taking his time, doesn't he?
Oh, he loves it.
Like I said,
He's pissed because those Mormons are the ones that fucking recommended Amy Coney Barrett. And she fucking stuck the knife in him today. So fuck that bitch. And I hope they haul her off. All those fucking useless Democratic cunts on the that aren't even supposed to be there. They're all legally Johnny Brown Jacks. Who put her in? If he was dead, then who nominated her?
Right.
Yeah.
But I think they need to push her through so they could prove that the Supreme Court has been highly infiltrated too.
100%.
Because I think even down to Clarence Thomas, guys, I think they're all fucking bad.
Oh, really?
They were all brought in by the fucking Mormons. They all have their own little fucking. They have their puppet masters too. They don't listen to the law. A lot of these fucking people do not listen to the law at all.
Well,
they're saying what Trump's tariffs are unlawful. Motherfucker, he's the executor. We went through all the laws and acts through the tariffs. He has plenary power to do what's best. There's no fucking Supreme Court, and no fucking federal court, no fucking appeals court that is going to change that. Because who put all these judges in place? The same fuckers that are controlling the system. That's why you have to go run through everything Article 2 courts. Everything through the immigration courts with all the military. Let them run it. Let everything run through Article 2. Get rid of Article 1. Get rid of Article 3. Fuck it. Let's just start over fresh. Go back to boom, Bill of Rights, top 10, boom. Get rid of the rest. We can make it up. Well, because honestly, I mean, when you think about voting and all that, the 19th Amendment ruined America. Because they pushed the 19th Amendment to let women vote, and then what they do? They pushed in feminism. Because we're not saying that women don't have a voice. Not at all. But the problem is that you have way too many liberal women having a voice. And some of these conservative women too.
Freaking downfall, these liberal women of this nation. But what I was going to say about Thomas, it's kind of interesting because if you remember back in, what was it, the early 90s? I can't remember when he got nominated. You know, they really tried to pull him down. They did to him a lot what they did to Trump. I mean, with the whole Anita, whatever her name was, and
Joe Biden, wasn't it?
Anita Hill. Yeah.
so I don't know if maybe he was one of the like infiltrators or something from the good side.
They were all put in by the Mormons. Roberts, all of them.
Well, Roberts, that's a whole different story.
Even you look at like that Leonardo Leo or something like that. The guy that's saying, "Oh, I put all the judges in." Like he said that he's the kingmaker at putting judges in, federal judges and everything. So they're like, okay, well, during his first term, it's like, okay, well, we'll get ideas from them. So they put him on, and then look what happens.
Well, I think we're going to see the Supreme Court outed anyway, aren't we? I do believe that's going to be potentially the ultimatum of here comes the military is the only way. When people realise that it's corrupt to the absolute highest levels.
And the thing is, he made all these trade deals to get peace going. And what do they want to do? Oh, you have to get rid of all tariffs. Fuck you. Number one, if you get rid of the tariffs, guess what? Everybody's taxes are getting jacked up. Fuck all these motherfuckers on the court. Every single one of them. Take them all back, all of them, and shoot them. Every one of them are compromised. Down to Clarence Thomas, down to all of them. Every single one of them are compromised.
Fucking crazy, isn't it?
I mean, since we're on the subject of Supreme Court, what was it? 10 years ago? Might get my dates a little wrong. Probably a little more than that. Maybe even like 15 years ago. What do you think was the deal with Scalia dying?
Oh, this guy, he likes to take judges on fishing trips.
Scalia?
No, the other guy, Leonardo guy.
Oh, okay.
But we'll talk about him way later.
Okay.
That shit because that shit goes so deep. I mean, just fuck the Mormons, fuck the Jews, fuck the Bajites, fuck the 13% that's committing the fucking 50% of the fucking problem, and then fuck all these no hablas that are here illegally. Just get rid of all of them. Because you're not a real Hebrew unless your father and mother are Hebrews, but there are none. They went extinct a long time ago. So when they say those who say they're Jews, but they're not, they're all of them are no good. I mean, look, they literally swabbed a lizard with a 23andMe, sent it in, and it came back 51% Ashkenazi Jew. So, you tell me who's the seed of Cain. I'll wait. Since we're waiting here for him too, so.
What were you going to say about Scalia?
No, that's how they killed Scalia too.
How?
On a fishing trip.
Oh, on a fishing trip. Okay,
that's
yeah,
what
no,
they do.
it was in New Orleans or something. I can't remember. It was down in.
No, it was I think it was out west, wasn't it? I think it was like Montana, Wyoming, something like that. Some kind of fishing trip out. Of course, they'd have it out there because who controls the West? Mormons.
But so, what is your theory on why they killed him? Though was he?
I don't fucking know. They just fucking killed him.
I mean, there had to be a reason. Were they just looking to get their own person in? I'm trying to think who they. Is that when they? No, was Roberts already in?
Yeah.
He's been there for years, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's put in by, I think, Bush or Clinton.
So Kavanaugh's a wrong one, you think? Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, they all got to go. Every single one of them.
He's.
Did you know that Barack Obama nominated Merrick Garland for Associate Justice of the Supreme Court back? To succeed Antonin Scalia.
Mm-hmm. So now.
Natural causes. They said he died of natural causes, officially listed as myocardial infarction, heart attack, on his death certificate. He was found deceased at a Texas ranch.
Would be funny to see him coming back, huh? Not likely, but I mean, a lot of these people, they just
no foul play suspected.
Yeah, no,
and no autopsy was performed.
No. Why would they do that? On a Supreme Court justice, you're going to say natural cause and not do an autopsy? I thought autopsies were required on every death.
Well,
They gave my mom an autopsy. They gave my dad an autopsy. He was in the fucking hospital.
wonder where that guy really, if he's really, again, I don't know. I never really did a deep dive into him, but it was very fishy, very quick. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I think whenever you're dealing with upper echelons of power like that, you're giving something up. Something. I don't know what, but because you don't see any real good people holding office.
How could they? They're all going to get compromised.
By
Well,
who?
they've got to be compromised to get there.
Somewhere along the lines, right?
If you just wipe out one country, you get rid of all the compromise. Because if there's no Israel, then who the fuck are the Mormons going to worship? What Israel? What are you talking about? There is no more Israel. Now what? They're going into Utah. Hear me out. The military will be going into Utah. And they will be rounding up a lot of these fucking Mormons. A lot of them. Because you don't think they bought all these massive, what was it? Down by El Paso. They had all these, all these precast buildings. Like these, like Amazon buildings. Like for shipping and all that. Like, oh, they're going to use them as holding facilities for migrants and all that. It's like, man, you could throw a lot of liberals in there too, bro. Just chuck them in there. You could revamp the whole inside and make it. No, you guys are stuck here for a few years. You guys need to get fixed.
Now, when it comes to Israel, right? Do you think? Somebody just made a comment about this. Do you think that the Balfour Agreement is going to come to light? Because I don't think anybody freaking even knows about that. I'm talking, when I say anybody, I'm talking about the average.
Well, the Balfour Declaration, look what it included in it. It said that you weren't supposed to mess with anybody else that's there or anything like that. You have to give them their religious freedom and everything. And what did they do? Nope. They went over there, slaughtered them all, threw them all out, and look what they're doing in the West Bank now. This is exactly why Israel and the fucking Jews deserve to be leveled. Every single one of them. Them crying about, our suicide. We've had 30-something suicides over a year and a half over the war in Gaza. Fuck you. 22 a day we're getting for the wars that they're bringing on. And we're supposed to feel bad for them? No, I don't. It's not enough. It's not. We want to see if you guys thrive on TikTok and taking TikToks of, you kill a whole family and you put on her fucking nightgown and her panties and everything, and then you're riding little boy's fucking bicycle outside. Why don't you do us a solid and throw your fucking suicide on TikTok? I would collect those. I would make like a big funny out of it because I think it's hilarious. Because they're all bitching how they have such trauma. Fuck them. They're the first ones that bitch about shit, but then the first ones to say, oh no, you're mistreating us. You're being anti-Semitic. People are now starting to really get pissed off about them.
I got to tell you, the younger generation, like college age,
they're done.
They don't buy this bullshit at all. They do not see it the way the older generation has been brainwashed about this.
Because they're looking at it logically.
They're looking
like, why are they killing all these people? Well, exactly. Then, God said, no, whoa. Why would say God? So you're saying God said you could have that land, so you could just slaughter them all?
Right.
Is that what God said too? Because I think you're talking about a different God here. And we are. They've always worshipped Satan. Always. They never have stopped. And what they do, they took your Bible, they fucking bastardized it. They take everything you had, they bastardize it. You know? But nobody brings up 1933 in Chicago when they're having a big fucking a Moloch feast and they're fucking sacrificing a kid right in Soldier Field. Honestly, maybe the Bears need to move out of fucking Chicago. Fucking take Soldier Field and implode it. Because maybe that's where all that witchcraft and shit, it's all, because wherever they're doing it, that's where it's encased. Just like they did it in LA, they did it here, they're doing it all over the place.
Yeah.
Man. What the fuck, bud? Let's go.
Well, it says here there's about 16 million Mormons worldwide, so that'll take up 1/4 of the sealed indictments, won't it?
Well, I mean, think about it. It's like when you got the Mormons, so they're what, 16 million? So let's go back to this $8 billion you got, right? So you got $8 billion, right?
Mhm.
So technically that's the funny part because it ends up being 36 million or 3 sixes. But you have 20 million Jews and you have 16 million fucking Mormons, right? So if you have $8 billion, would you be missing 36 million if you know that when you dump the 36 million, that it would make your value skyrocket?
No.
So you'd be all for getting rid of the 36 million, right? Dollars, right?
Right.
People.
Humanity. Yeah.
Not gonna miss
Humanity.
it. Not gonna miss it. I won't.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't want more kids.
It's like,
They're the ones stealing the kids.
it's like having a gangrenous foot, isn't it? Cut it off, and then your body will thrive. And get rid of the foot.
Yep.
That is them.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like, ugh, just what the fuck is this guy doing? Come on, Trump, let's go.
Because obviously Trump's put out another truth now about obviously D-class UAPs, but he's putting a bummer in the crosshairs there, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Like people are going, oh, it's just a distraction and all this sorts of stuff. I'm going, but look why he's doing it. Listen to what Trump is saying. He's talking about a bummer, isn't he? What's
Yeah, he's talking because the thing is, it's not just that when Obama was saying, oh, and there's nothing under Area 50. It's like that's the whole thing. Is that you're not supposed to talk about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just like the book deals. They go around writing book deals and putting all this top secret shit in, all this classified shit in it. And then who's buying the books? Oh, the foreigners are buying the books. Because that's how they're getting the secrets. That's how they're getting these big lucrative book deals. They're spilling all the secrets. Look, Bolton did it. Obama did it. All the way down. They can't stop. They have to write a book. But Trump's books, you read Trump's books, and it's exactly what he's doing right now.
Right.
Funny. It's amusing.
Yeah, see, people were blowing up about Prince Andrew being arrested on misconduct in public office, basically sharing information, wasn't he? Which people don't understand.
Oh, here it comes. Bring it up. Here we go.
Full screen, Elise.
Yeah, can you turn the volume?
Got your sound on, Elisa?
Hey, can you turn the volume on?
Yeah.
Thank you.
The Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs is deeply disappointing, and I'm ashamed of certain members of the court, absolutely ashamed, for not having the courage to do what's right for our country. I'd like to thank and congratulate Justices Thomas, Alito, and Kavanaugh for their strength and wisdom and love of our country, which is right now very proud of those justices. When you read the dissenting opinions, there's no way that anyone can argue against them. There's no way. Foreign countries that have been ripping us off for years are ecstatic. They're so happy. And they're dancing in the streets, but they won't be dancing for long. That I can assure you. The Democrats on the court are thrilled, but they will automatically vote no. They're an automatic no, just like in Congress. They're an automatic no. They're against anything that makes America strong, healthy, and great again. They also are a, frankly, disgrace to our nation, those justices. They're an automatic no, no matter how good a case you have. It's a no. But you can't knock their loyalty. It's one thing you can do with some of our people. Others think they're being politically correct, which has happened before far too often with certain members of this court. And it's happened so often with this court. What a shame. Having to do with voting in particular, when in fact they're just being fools and lapdogs for the rhinos and the radical left Democrats, and not that this should have anything at all to do with it. They're very unpatriotic and disloyal to our Constitution. It's my opinion that the court has been swayed by foreign interests and a political movement that is far smaller than people would ever think. It's just we still won in a landslide, too big to rig. But these people are obnoxious, ignorant, and loud. They're very loud. And I think certain justices are afraid of that. They don't want to do the right thing. They're afraid of it. This was an important case to me, more as a symbol of economic national security. And also, I would say, just for our country itself, so important, because we're doing so well as a country. We've never done so well. The good news is that there are methods, practices, statutes, and authorities as recognized by the entire court in this terrible decision, and also as recognized by Congress, which they refer to, that are even stronger than the IEEPA tariffs available to me as President of the United States. And in actuality, I was very modest in my ask of other countries and businesses because I wanted to do, and it's very important, I wanted to be very well behaved because I wanted to do anything, I didn't want to do anything that would affect the decision of the court, because I understand the court. I understand how they're very easily swayed. I want to be a good boy. I have very effectively utilized tariffs over the past year to make America great again. Our stock market has just recently broken 50,000 on the Dow, and simultaneously, and even more amazingly, broken 7,000 on the S&P, two numbers that everybody thought upon our landslide election victory could not be attained. Think of that. Nobody thought it was possible to do it within 4 years, and we did it in 1 year. They said, you'll never be able, you'll go back and you read the geniuses, read their statements, all of the Nobel Prize winners in economics. They said, no, you couldn't do it in 4 years. Well, we didn't do it in 4 years. We did it in 1 year. We broke every record in the book, and we're continuing to do so. Tariffs have likewise been used to end 5 of the 8 wars that I settled. I settled 8 wars, whether you like it or not, including India, Pakistan, big ones, nuclear, could have been nuclear. Prime Minister of Pakistan said yesterday at the great meeting that we had, the Peace Board, he said yesterday that President Trump could have saved 35 million lives by getting us to stop fighting. They were getting ready to do some bad things. But they've given us great national security, these tariffs have. And together with our strong borders, reduced fentanyl coming into our country by 30%. When I use them as a penalty against countries illegally sending this poison into our country to poison our youth. All of those tariffs remain. They all remain. I don't know if you know that or not. They all remain. We're still getting them, and we will after the decision. I guess there's nobody left to appeal to. But again, those 3 people, such respect. I've had a lot of respect for them anyway, but such great respect. But other alternatives will now be used to replace the ones that the court incorrectly rejected. We have alternatives, great alternatives. Could be more money. We'll take in more money. and we'll be a lot stronger for it. We're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. We'll continue to do so. To show you how ridiculous the opinion is, however, the court said that I'm not allowed to charge even $1. I can't charge $1. Can't charge $1. I would have used 1 penny, but we don't make the pennies anymore. We save money. Can't charge $1 to any country under IEPA. Not $1. I assume to protect other countries. This must have been done to protect those other countries, certainly not the United States of America, which they should be interested in protecting. That's what they're supposed to be protecting. But I am allowed to cut off any and all trade or business with that same country. In other words, I can destroy the trade. I can destroy the country. I'm even allowed to impose a foreign country destroying embargo. I can embargo. I can do anything I want, but I can't charge $1 because that's not what it says. And that's not the way it even reads. I can do anything I want to do to them, but I can't charge any money. So I'm allowed to destroy the country, but I can't charge them a little fee. I could give them a little 2-cent fee, but I cannot charge under any circumstances. I cannot charge them anything. Think of that. How ridiculous is that? I'm allowed to embargo them. I'm allowed to tell them you can't do business in the United States anymore. We want you out of here. But if I want to charge them $10, I can't do that. It's incorrect. Their decision's incorrect. But it doesn't matter because we have very powerful alternatives that have been approved by this decision. You know, they've been approved by the decision for those that thought they had us. And they're saying that I have the absolute right to license, but not the right to charge a license fee. So think of that. I have the right to license, which is a very powerful word. In many ways, license is more powerful than tariffs. In fact, I was thinking about using it. But they came up with the idea that I can license, just like the people that were opposing me told them to do, but not the right to charge a license fee. Think of that. Who ever heard of such a thing? What license has ever been issued without the right to charge a fee? You get a license, you charge a fee. It's automatic, but not with this court. But now the court has given me the unquestioned right to ban all sorts of things from coming into our country, to destroy foreign countries, but a much more powerful right than many people ever thought we even had, but not the right to charge a fee. How crazy is that? Our country is the hottest country anywhere in the world right now. And it was a dead country 1.5 years ago under an incompetent president. But now I'm going to go in a different direction, probably the direction that I should have gone the first time, but I read the language. I'm very good at reading language, and it read our way 100%. But now I'll go the way I could have gone originally, which is even stronger than our original choice. As Justice Kavanaugh, whose stock has gone so up, you have to see, I'm so proud of him, wrote in his dissent, although I firmly disagree with the court's holding today, the decision might not substantially constrain a president's ability to order tariffs going forward. So think of that. The decision might not substantially constrain. And it doesn't. He's right. In fact, I can charge much more than I was charging. So I'm going to just start. Although I firmly disagree with the court's holding today, the decision might not substantially constrain a president's ability to order tariffs going forward. That's because numerous other federal statutes, which is so true, authorize the president to impose tariffs and might justify most, if not all, of the tariffs issued in this case. Even more tariffs, actually. Those statutes include, think of that, those statutes include, for example, the Trade Expansion Act of 1962, Section 232. All of these things I know so well. The Trade Act of 1974, Sections 122, 201, 301, and the Tariff Act of 1930, Section 338, all clear. But it's a little bit longer process. I thought I'd make things simple, but they didn't let us do that. I would like to thank Justice Kavanaugh for frankly, his genius and his great ability. Very proud of that appointment. In actuality,
Can you please just hear me out? No, all work management platforms are the same. Monday.com is the one you'll actually love to use.
court's decision today made a president's ability to both regulate trade and impose tariffs more powerful and more crystal clear rather than less. I don't think they meant that. I'm sure they didn't. It's terrible. And to think that the Democrats who oppose this only because they want to go the opposite way, they'd like to pack the court. They want to put on 21 people. They want to pack the court, pack the Supreme Court. Maybe they should do it. Maybe they would be better off if they did it. They want to pack the court. They want to do anything to hurt our country. There will no longer be any doubt, and the income coming in and the protection of our companies and country will actually increase because of this decision. I don't think the court meant that, but it's the way it is. Based on long-standing law and hundreds of victories, and even, as I was pointed out before, even thousands of victories over the years, to the contrary, the Supreme Court did not overrule tariffs. They merely overruled a particular use of IEEPA tariffs. And essentially, it's used to get a fee. I can do anything I want with IEEPA, anything. I just can't charge anybody for it. I can license, I just can't charge them. It's ridiculous, but it's okay because we have other ways, numerous other ways. The ability to block, embargo, restrict, license, or impose any other condition on a foreign country's ability to conduct trade with the United States under IEEPA has been fully confirmed by this decision. So now there's no doubt, because, you know, there were a lot of questions about tariffs because no president was smart enough to use them to protect our country from those countries and businesses that were ripping us off. You took a look at the deficits that we had with some of these countries. It was disgraceful what they got away with for many, many decades. But now we know, because this decision affirms all those things that some people weren't sure about. In order to protect, and it says so, in order to protect our country, a president can actually charge more tariffs than I was charging in the past period of a year under the various tariff authorities. So we can use other of the statutes, other of the tariff authorities, which have also been confirmed and are fully allowed. Therefore, effective immediately, all national security tariffs under Section 232 and existing Section 301 tariffs, they're existing, they're there, remain in place, fully in place, and in full force and effect. Today, I will sign an order to impose a 10% global tariff under Section 122 over and above our normal tariffs already being charged. And we're also initiating several Section 301 and other investigations to protect our country from unfair trading practices of other countries and companies. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And I say quite simply, which I've said for a long time, make America great again. And interestingly, we've already made it great, so I don't have to use that, but I don't think we'll ever give up on MAGA. MAGA is always going to be with us. If you have a few questions, you can let us know. But just to end, so we're going forward, we will be able to take in more money, and there'll no longer be doubt, because there was always doubt. I know the people that brought the lawsuit, and you know, they're sleazebags, major sleazebags, but I know them, and they're foreign country centric. They were sending things into our country, and the people representing them knew full well, but they were sending things into our country, and they were beneficial to other countries, but very, very bad for us. And I stopped it, and we'll just keep it going. So we have a totally firm decision now. And I don't think the court meant it, because the court doesn't show great spirit toward our country, in my opinion. A lot of bad decisions, but There are usually ways around it. This is something we could have done, as Justice Kavanaugh said, we could have done this originally, but we're doing it now. And the numbers could be far greater than the hundreds of billions we've already taken in. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, I'm very curious. You've
Why didn't
spoken
call
about.
you in the red?
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Justice Thomas and Alito, as you know, are the most conservative constitutional justices. Do you think that you'll get to appoint 2 more justices later this term with similar ideologies? And what type of vetting process will they go through to ensure they uphold?
I don't know, but they're great
Constitution?
justices. That's all I can say. And I hope they're going to be around a long time. I hope they're going to stay healthy. They're great people. They're great. And Justice Alito, too, to add to the group. These are great men.
Right.
They're with a great love of our country and a great understanding of the law.
Mr. President, are you going to ask Congress to take additional action on tariffs now? Have you
I don't
spoken to
need to. It's already been approved. I mean, I would ask Congress and probably get it. When people look at the real numbers and you look at hundreds of billions of dollars that have come into our country. Yesterday, I was at a steel plant, as you know, and I went to great place, great plant, great, wonderful people. And they were telling me, I said to them, you were there, a lot of the press in this room. Of course, I don't think this plane's big enough to take the press in this room, but a lot of the press right here. We're in Georgia. And I said to the owner, I made a speech at a factory. They make steel products. And I said, how are you? Nice to meet you. How's business? President, I'd love to kiss you. This is a very powerful man. I don't want to be kissed by that man, but a very powerful, strong man. He's been in the steel business for many years. His father started it. And he said, sir, I want to kiss you. I said, why? He said, because we were down to working 1 hour a week. And then you came in and imposed tariffs. And all of that foreign junk that they were dropping into our country stopped. And we're now going to double shifts, 7 days a week, and we may be very soon going to 24 hours around the clock, almost 7 days a week. He said, sir, I want to kiss you so badly. And I said, no, thank you. But you know what? He just to finalize it, he said, oh, this is a great place in Georgia. He said, all up and down the highway, same exact answer, sir. We're all going out of business. We're going to go bankrupt. We're all going out of business. And now every one of us are thriving, and we're hiring people like we haven't. He said, like I've never, and he's been in business for, I think, 45 years, like we've never hired before. That's because of tariffs. And we're going to keep it going the same way. And you're going to start to see the results in a year from now when all those factories start that are under construction right now. You see all the construction numbers are so good. Those construction workers are building factories that are going to be open, including not only AI, which is big, but car plants coming in from Canada, who ripped us off for 30% of our market. Mexico ripped us off for a big portion. Over the years, they've taken our market. They've taken our cars. They manufacture them in Japan, Germany, and all over the place because nobody's standing in this position. The position I have as president of the United States had the insight, the courage, I don't know what it is, to charge tariffs. You can make your product outside. You can put our people out of business. You can put everybody on the unemployment rolls. But if you're going to make a car in some other country, you're going to pay a 15, 20, 30% tariff. And those things would have never happened. We wouldn't have lost our business. Same thing with, as an example, Taiwan. Taiwan came in. They stole our chip business. They make chips. For 30 years longer, they made chip. And they put our companies. Intel would be now the largest company. I saved Intel. I literally saved it at the beginning of.
Your perfect domain is out there. Go to Wix and make it yours.
Are building factories in Arizona, Texas, and various other places because they don't want to pay tariffs. They're all pouring into the United States. But just like that great patriot said yesterday, sir, what you've done, nobody thought was possible. And Steve Moore, a highly respected economist, came into my office yesterday. He said, you've done something nobody's ever done. 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics said we would right now be in a recession. And you said, no, we're going to have a booming country. We're going to have a booming country. You were right. All 22 were wrong. And you were right. This country is booming, and it's booming because of the election on November 5th, and it's booming for another reason. It's booming because of tariffs. Yeah, please, go ahead.
What will you say ahead of this decision that if the Supreme Court
Yeah, please,
rules?
go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. What will you say to foreign nations who seek to renegotiate their deals? And what did you mean a moment ago when you said that the Supreme Court has been swayed by foreign interests?
Well, I think that foreign interests are represented by people that I believe have undue influence. They have a lot of influence over the Supreme Court, whether it's through fear or respect or friendships. I don't know. But I know some of the people that were involved on the other side, and I don't like them. I think they're real slime balls. And got to do what's right for the country. You got to do what's right for the Constitution. That's why I respect so much Justice Thomas and Alito, Kavanaugh, because they not only dissented, their dissent is so strong. When you read their dissent, a lot of times you'll read a dissent and it's like, well, you don't know, it could go either way. There's no other way. The good news is, it's like Justice Kavanaugh said, very strongly said, you have other ways you can go. You don't have to go that way. You can go other way. There are numerous other ways you can go. And frankly, this should have been done by presidents many years ago. They allowed our country to be eaten alive. We lost 50% of our car business. We used to make cars. We made all the cars. And then Mexico came, Canada came, Japan and Germany. But they're all coming back now. They're all coming back at record levels. No, you please. I'm not talking to you. I don't talk to CNN. It's fake news. Go ahead.
Mr. President, yesterday you made the case that the economy is the hottest it's been in a long time.
Right.
January jobs report beat expectations, CPI report beat expectation, real wages are up. What would you tell Americans who are worried that this decision will kind of throw the economy that you have projected going in the right direction at a very rapid pace off track?
Well, thank you for the question. And I will say this, we really are at a very important point. I've been waiting for this decision so long. They could have made this decision a long time ago. Not complex. They're wrong on it. It's a ridiculous decision, but they should have released this a long time ago. We waited months, and that gave uncertainty. Now we have certainty. And I think you're going to see the country get much stronger because of it. Look, we were ripped off by almost every country in the world. If you look at the surpluses, almost every country in the world that did business with us, our people were stupid. And I blame presidents for it because they're ultimately the leader. We were being ripped off by almost every single country in the world had some massive surpluses. China had hundreds of billions of dollars in surpluses with the United States. They rebuilt China. They rebuilt the army. We built China's army by allowing that to happen. I have a great relationship with President Xi, but he respects our country now. Now, what we've done, I charged China a 20% tariff as a penalty for sending fentanyl in. And that was 20 times more than they could make by selling fentanyl. And I said, at some point you're going to say and they have reduced it. Fentanyl is down by more than 30% coming into our country. Part of that is our strong border. We have a strong border now. But thank you. Thank you for your question.
Mr. President, sir, you warned once in a social media post that if the Supreme Court did this, shot down your tariffs, the U.S. would be, quote, financially defenseless. Are we financially defenseless right now?
No, because we're doing something in a different way. We're doing something in a very powerful way. And we're using things that some people thought we should have used in the first place. But it's more complicated. It's a little more complicated. The process takes a little more time. But the end result is going to get us more money. And I think it's going to be great. Yeah, please. Peter, go ahead.
Thank you, President Trump. So since Liberation Day, there's about $175 billion in tariff revenue that is now in limbo. Do you have to refund $175 billion?
Think of it, Peter. Very fair question. They take months and months to write an opinion, and they don't even discuss that point. We've taken in hundreds of billions of dollars, not millions, hundreds of billions of dollars. And so I said, well, what happens to all the money that we took in? It wasn't discussed. Wouldn't you think they would have put one sentence in there saying that keep the money or don't keep the money, right? I guess it has to get litigated for the next 2 years. So they write this terrible, defective decision, totally defective. It's almost like not written by smart people. And what they do, they don't even talk about that. Your question is very basic. That was the first question I asked also to make you feel good. He said, what about all the money that we've taken in? Sir, they don't discuss that. How crazy is that?
What you're saying is, are you saying that you don't plan to honor refunds for companies that file for them?
I just told you the answer, right? I told you the answer. It's not discussed. We'll end up being in court for the next 5 years. Go ahead, Green.
Thank you, Mr. President. When you are talking about the relationship with countries that you have sought trade deals with, do you anticipate that they will seek to renegotiate those? What do you say to them? And do you view this as a potential undermining power for your
Well, we're
negotiations?
going straight ahead with 10% straight across the board, which was the absolute right to do. And that's taking place. That's a lot of money coming into our country. And then during that period of about 5 months, we are doing the various investigations necessary to put fair tariffs or tariffs, period, on other countries. So we're doing that period, but we're immediately instituting the 10% provision, which we're allowed to do. And in the end, I think we'll take in more money than we've taken in before.
Mr. President, you've used the tariff revenue to pay for a host of federal policies. You claim that they will pay for them. What happens?
Well,
to
like
those
the
things?
farmers, we took care of farmers. You know, the farmers were mistreated by foreign countries very badly, very, very badly. And last week I gave them $12 billion out of tariff money. We intend to, out of tariff money, because just so you understand, we have tariffs. We just have them in a different way. And now they've been confirmed by the Supreme Court of the United States. So there's no longer that question out there about tariffs. And we'll be taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. And countries that have treated us badly will have to pay a price for treating us badly. And countries that have been good to us will be treated very well. We just left the top person in a place called Vietnam, just left my office. Great gentleman, strong and smart. He said, you know, I think this means you're allowed to charge us more tariffs than before. And Canada said to Jameson, I might want to say it, Jameson, but Canada said, I hope you win this decision, because if you don't win, you'll actually be allowed to charge us with a little additional work, higher tariffs. Jameson, you want to comment on that?
Yes, sir. So to the president's point, we have a lot of tools out there. We have Section 122, which will be implemented today. It will be signed today and implemented very shortly. We have Section 301 investigations, which are incredibly legally durable, where we can investigate and address unfair trading practices that have led to our huge trade deficit. And so you can look forward in the coming days and weeks to seeing all of that come out, and we're going to keep continuity in the program. We're going to keep addressing this so that the deficit can keep going down. That's the trend it has, and we can make America great again.
No.
Dance is more than just using your body. So much of dance is in your expressions. Squinting has likely contributed.
Decision by the Supreme Court. And Hakeem Jeffries, the Democratic leader, has called you a wannabe king. Why wouldn't
him a low IQ?
But why wouldn't
he? Doesn't even know. And I watched him the other day interview. The guy doesn't even know what a tariff is.
But there's been bipartisan criticism.
No, not bipartisan.
Of the tariff.
Excuse me.
There's several
A few
Republicans
people.
have said that.
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't you just work with Congress to come up with a plan?
I don't have to.
To push tariffs.
I have the
through?
right to do tariffs, and I've always had the right to do tariffs, and it's all been approved by Congress. So there's no reason to do it. All we're doing is we're going through a little bit more complicated process, not complicated very much, but a little more complicated than what we had. We'll be able to take in tariffs, more tariffs. And the Congress people and the Congress,
the Canadian tariffs last week.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
been votes in the
why?
Senate against it.
Yeah, because we lost 2 Republicans or 3 Republicans because they're not good Republicans. What you don't say, you don't say that we got 215 votes.
You need 218 for something to pass.
Yeah, sure we do. We might have lost 3 votes, and we got. And what was the score on the Republican side? 215 to 3, right? But you don't say that. We have great unity. There's great unity in the Republican Party, and I hope everyone's going to vote Republican, because otherwise you won't have a country left, because these people have been destroying. They are destroying our country. Please.
Mr. President, the 122 tariffs, that 10%,
yeah,
is that going to be for 150 days, or do you want to charge that indefinitely?
We have a right to do pretty much what we want to do, but we're going to charge it starting effectively. I think it's 3 days from now. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, you speak to a lot of factory workers, a lot of manufacturing workers. What does the Supreme Court ruling say? What's that message to those factory workers?
Well, I think the factory workers are happy because we're now telling them that they're going to look. The man I met with yesterday who owned a factory was out of business. He was out of business. And now he's employing 5 times. In fact, I walked in, he's got a brand new crane. I said, how old is that crane? We got it in December. He's allowed to write it off in 1 minute. The great big beautiful act gave no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. He said this great big beautiful bill, frankly, has been the best thing that's ever happened for the workers of the, much more so than for rich people. The only thing it does for rich people, it allows them to hire a lot more people. But when I saw him, and then he said, it's all up and down the line. This is a place in Georgia, all up and down, other factories doing different, not only steel products, different. He said, every one of us was out of business. We could barely make it. Some of them were down to less than an hour a week. Think of it, 1 hour a week to make just a few little trinkets or whatever they make. Now they're going round the clock. I had it a month ago. I went to Michigan, went to Ford, and I met with Bill Ford, the head of Ford. And we were in one of the biggest plants, an original plant from the early 1900s, where, by the way, I might add this, it's not really relevant, but it's all relevant. Murders are down the lowest since 1900, around the time that he had this plant. That's 125 years. We have the lowest murder rate. Okay. And our crime is way down in the country. The factories that we're talking about, the people that we're talking about, they are so thrilled with Trump. So whether we charge IEEPA tariffs or whether we charge tariffs under a different section, that's what we're going to be doing. There's no way we can lever. This is what happened to our country. This is why we owe $38 trillion, which we'll get rid of in pretty good course. We have a very incompetent Fed chairman who likes high interest rates. For political reasons, he likes them. But we're going to have somebody very good. Interest rates should come down very substantially. I think we should pay the lowest interest rates on the planet. There should be no country, and we don't do that. We're number 38. This is just bad policy for a long period of time. But what's happened is we've made America strong again. We've made America great again. We should pay. As an example, the country of Switzerland, we were getting almost no tariffs from them. We had a $40 billion deficit. And the prime minister called me up. She said, but we are a small country, because I said we're going to raise it to 39% from nothing. That would have rendered them not very successful, as opposed to right now, they're considered elite. But if we put a tariff, they would, and I realized then, she said, but sir, we are a small country. I said, you're a small country with a big deficit. For us, you're making a lot of money off the United States. If we do that, a lot of these elite countries, they're elite because we let them make so much money. And I want them to do well, but I don't want them to do well on the backs of the American taxpayer. So I appreciate your question. I think it's a reasonable answer.
President Trump, you said that you were disappointed with that, but were you surprised with this decision? What you felt when you...
I was surprised because I thought that what we did was, number one, according to, I mean, I read the paragraphs. I read very well. Great comprehension. I read everything there is to read. And I said, we can't lose this case. But we can when judges are political, when they want to be politically correct, when they're catering to a group of people in D.C. Maybe, I don't know what it is, because when you read it, there's no other interpretation. There is no other interpretation. But it's okay, because what has come out, I'll say it for the third time and maybe the last time in a while, is that we've taken the uncertainty of tariffs out, because we had uncertainty. We got sued by sleazebags, I know them well, that are very outside country, China-centric, but outside country-centric. And they're going to end up not doing as well as they did before. America was becoming really, really, we're strong again. Hey, we have the strongest military. I rebuilt the military in the first term. We have the most powerful military. We make the best equipment. And even them, you know, we have to we could do much better. We have people that get paid a lot of money to manufacture Patriot missiles and javelins and all the different things. But when you want them, they're too slow. And we put them on notice, and they're going to make, our country is building a lot of things right now, and our country is doing really well. And we're going to keep it that way. The bottom line is that the word certainty is now in the equation. Every single thing I said today is guaranteed certainty. It's been tested, as Jameson said 1,000 times. Literally, I said hundreds of times. He said, sir, actually thousands of times, and won in all of the courts. And we're just going back to that. And the problem is that we had other presidents that weren't into trade. Maybe they weren't business oriented. Maybe they weren't smart. We had some dummies too, you know. I respectfully say we had some real dummies. So we are going to keep it going just as before, probably more so. But you're no longer going to be asked. Every time I got up, you'd ask, well, what happens if you can't charge tariffs? Now we can. And by the way, in their decision, they specifically said we can do these. We have alternatives. Yeah.
David, on the trade deals that were negotiated using IEEPA tariffs,
Yeah.
do those stand now, or are they have to be
Well,
redone?
some of them stand. Many of them stand. Some of them won't, and they'll be replaced with the other tariffs.
Mr. President, on the Supreme Court justices who ruled against this the policy, striking it down, are they still invited to your State of the Union
Yeah.
next week? And will you still speak with them?
They are invited, barely. Barely. 3 are happily invited. No, they're barely invited. Honestly, I couldn't care less if they come. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. On the trade deal, which is the framework, which is to be signed with India sometime soon, will that stand now? And on the decision, nothing changes.
No, nothing changes. They'll be paying tariffs, and we will not be paying tariffs. Our deal with India is they pay tariffs. This is a reversal from what it used to be, as you know. India, and I think Prime Minister Modi is a great.
All we had to do was talk about it, and Opus Clip does the rest, and then you just schedule it from right here.
Wow. Smarter than the people that he was against in terms of the United States. He was ripping us off in India. So we made a deal with India, and it's a fair deal now, and we are not paying tariffs to them, and they are paying tariffs. We did a little flip.
Are up as of now for this.
No, the India deal is on here.
So much, Mr. President.
All the deals are on. We're just going to do it a different way.
Mr. President. Thank you so much, Mr. President. I think there is another war that you stop it and you should take a credit, which is in Syria. Secretary Rubio, after his meeting in Munich with the Syrian Foreign Minister and the Kurdish General Muslim Abdi, he said that President Trump was directly involved in efforts to stop the fighting between the Kurds and the Syrians. How will your administration will make sure that this peace is sustained? And do you support the idea?
Well, it's a very different topic, and so I don't want to spend a lot of time. But all I can say is that the president of Syria, who I essentially put there, is doing a phenomenal job. He's a rough guy. He's not a choir boy. A choir boy couldn't do it. But Syria is coming together, really coming together well. And thus far, he's been very good to the Kurds. Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. President, what's your message to the Iranian people after 2 rounds of talks with them? Do you have any message to the Iranian people?
The Iranian people in Iran or people here?
People in Iran.
They better negotiate a fair deal. You know, the people of Iran are a lot different than the leaders of Iran. And it's very, very sad situation. But 32,000 people were killed over a relatively short period of time. They were going to hang 800 2 weeks ago, hang, some by crane. They lift them up with a tall crane and they play them around the square. They were going to hang 837 people. And I gave them the word, if you hang one person, even one person, that you're going to be hit right then and there. I wasn't waiting 2 weeks and negotiating. And they gave up the hanging. They didn't hang 837. Supposedly, they didn't hang anybody. But no, I feel very badly for the people of Iran. They've lived in hell. Please.
Thank you, Mr. President, you mentioned multiple times foreign influence over the Supreme Court. Do you have evidence of that? And if not, will you investigate that?
You're going to find out.
what alternatives are you going to put into place in your relationship with Europe, and also those tariffs that have been called illegal? How they're going to go impact the relationship with Russia, that you sanction
Well,
some
I want Europe
countries?
to strengthen up. Europe has gone woke. Europe is not recognizable when you go into so many places. Not all countries. You look at Hungary. You look at Poland, Czech, Slovakia. There are some countries that have gone very much the opposite. Some really, and some others. But Europe has to be strong, and they become soft and not recognizable. You go into some of the countries, I don't want to be specific, but I think everyone knows what I'm talking about. And they're not recognizable. They become, the environmentalists have taken over. They've got windmills destroying their fields and their beautiful meadows and their oceans, and they're paying a fortune. Now, Europe has to get smart. Europe's getting killed on two things: energy and immigration. And if they don't solve both of them fast, Europe is not the same place. Yeah, please.
Justices Gorsuch and Barrett, are you surprised in particular by their decision today?
I
And
am.
do you regret nominating them?
I don't want to say whether or not I regret. I think their decision was terrible. Yeah. I think it's an embarrassment to their families. You want to know the truth? The two of them. Yeah.
Specifically on that
Say it again,
$2,000
please.
tariff check.
Mr. President,
I didn't call you.
You didn't call me?
Yeah, Mr. President, to be clear, do you believe at the end of implementing these new tariff tools, the tariff rate and tariffs will ultimately be higher than they currently are?
Potentially higher. It depends, whatever we want them to be. But we want them to be fair for other countries. And, you know, we have some countries that have treated us really badly for years, and it's going to be high for them. And we have other countries that have been very good, and it's going to be very reasonable for them. Yeah.
Specifically on the tariffs question, I mean, on the $2,000.
I didn't call you.
Mr. President, thank you, Mr. President. Do you have any plans to travel to India for the Quad Summit, and how do you think your relationship with India is right now?
I think my relationship with India is fantastic. And we're doing trade with India. India pulled out of Russia. You know, India was getting its oil from Russia, right? And they pulled way back at my request because we want to settle that horrible war where 25,000 people are dying every month. And my relationship with Prime Minister Modi is, I would say, great. I also stopped the war between India and Pakistan, as you know. There were 10 planes we shot down. That war was going, and probably going nuclear. And just yesterday, the Prime Minister of Pakistan said President Trump saved 35 million lives by getting them to stop. That's and I did it largely with tariffs. I said, look, you're going to fight, that's fine, but you're not going to do business with the United States, and you're going to pay a 200% tariff, each country. And they called up and they said, we have made peace. Okay. I just want to thank you all. Look, great certainty has been brought back to the economy of the United States, and actually the economy of the world, because we generate so much in the world. We're the biggest in the world, and we're now the strongest by far. We were a country that was dead 1.5 years ago. Now we have the hottest country in the world. We're going to keep it that way. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Did you say 32,000 were killed in Iran, sir?
He's on fire.
Well, when he mentioned about the hangings from the cranes,
yeah,
that's impossible. We went through all that before. All these, their whole Iran deal, all these crane companies, Komatsu and all them, they all pulled out of Iran because they're saying, oh well, they can't have cranes because they're hanging people from them, but they're using their cranes for like medical purposes. Like their nuclear, it's only been at 60%. That's medical. You have to kick it up to like, was it 90 or 95% to be weapons grade. They never want to go weapons grade. I mean, fuck, there was an Iranian that found the cure to cancer. Nobody says anything about that.
I lied to fuck about Iran, haven't they?
Yeah. Well, I thought he was like amazing in this, but there was a couple. I have so many notes. I have like pages of notes, but the couple of things that when he said, when they asked him that last question, you mentioned foreign influence in the Supreme Court a number of times, and he said, "You'll find out." And then the other thing that I thought was he said several times that the country was dead a few years ago, and now we're back. And I mean, there was so much, but clearly he made it clear that he did not need this decision to impose the tariffs and the sleazeballs that are behind it. So, I mean, there was a lot of, I like when he said about the presidents, the former presidents, and he goes,
yeah,
we're dummies, respectfully. How do you call dummies respectfully?
Yeah. It's like, oh my God. And then he said that, they'll be going in 3 days from now, right? That's on 2/23, which is a 17, and it's inverted 3/22, and it is the day before the State of the Union address.
Yeah. I liked it when he said, "I don't care if they come, if I'm honest with you."
Yeah.
Invited rarely.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not
embarrassed in front of their families.
Yeah. He always goes after that. He's like, "Oh, you guys should," and because he should be. I mean, he's trying to build America up, and why is it that, everything during Biden, like I noticed in the chat when they were mentioning about how rude their reporters are with Trump, and how they were, "Oh, hey, Mr. President Biden, I have a question," and because he went in front of the people, in front of the reporters, twice, 3 times?
Yeah.
I mean, in the Situation Room, maybe once.
And when he said, "No, not you. I don't answer questions from CNN."
From CNN, you're fake news. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She's like, and she's such a bitch. Man. And there was a lot of funny stuff just coming out. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, he did say when Kate, they said, "Well, why were you surprised?" And he said, "I read everything a few times." And then he said, I don't know, they're catering to a bunch of people in DC. I know these people, they're sleaze. I think he said sleazeballs, and before they said slime balls.
Yep.
But then he went right into, we have the strongest military, the best equipment. And I found that interesting that he made that little segue from talking about the tariffs to the military, like basically saying, I'm in charge. And what was the deal with the purple tie? What do you guys think the purple tie was?
He's royalty.
He's royalty, yeah.
What feed was that on? Was that on YouTube?
No, it was on, I'll tell you in a minute. It was, the platform is YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, because on the White House feed, it was much darker and his tie was blue.
Really?
Yeah. It was really strange.
And you notice the 2 black cobbles behind him? Those weren't there before. Why'd they put them up now? You notice how dark the lighting was too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a screenshot while he was that was the White House feed.
Yep.
Wow. The other one was purple. His tie was so purple. And also, I couldn't tell when they didn't have any, when he wasn't there, I was looking at the flag. I thought I saw a fringe when we first.
Yeah.
It was because there was like the way the angles were, you couldn't
at the bottom. Yeah.
So what's the coup with the fringes? Because over the last 5 years, we've got there's no fringes on the flag. There's fucking fringes on the flag. There's no fringes. There is fringes. There's no fringes. They've been on and off, haven't they, all the way through this?
Yep.
So is that because when he's saying certain things, he's wants us to think about the U.S. corporation as being dead, or that he's speaking for them, but then when the fringe isn't there, like I think it's going back and forth to like what he's speaking to, why there would be fringe.
And it could be the death of the republic. right? That we were dead, that they were trying to kill the republic to try to push in this whole corporatocracy, this, I mean, the oligarchy, because they want to bitch about oligarchs, but I don't recall us having kings. That's why we broke away from England. Was to get away from the whole royalty and kings and nobles and all that shit. And then what they do? They just invite themselves back in 1871.
What I also thought of with the purple, if it was purple, right, whatever, I don't know, but I also thought about the fact that he's now in charge of the Crown Corporation. He owns the Crown Corporation.
He owns it all. That's what they don't understand.
Yeah, and Rebel Life, Simone said, "What's the point of SCOTUS if he has the final say?" I think the point to this, if we circumvent it, and certainly I want to know what you guys think. Number one, it's exposure. This was all about exposure, showing how corrupt the SCOTUS is. Okay, we've known that as truthers for a really long time, but now he's actually playing it out. So they're corrupt, they're infiltrated. He said several times about foreign interests in the Supreme Court, that they're trying to what was the word he used? Not placate, but he used a word like that, to these entities and these people and these slime balls and sleazeballs. But the point is that it's exposure, but it was also to show that he didn't need this. He was sued. They took it up to the Supreme Court. There were all these other methods that they could use, which were basically in the trade expansion deal, I think of 1962, Section 232, another trade expansion deal, I didn't catch the year, and then 1930, Section 338. So he said we didn't have to go this route.
Nope. And we went through all the tariff acts. Yeah. We went through all the tariff acts on the show. It's like the president has plenary power for tariffs. And now they're trying to say, well, you don't. Well, then who does?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
What the Supreme Court dictate our tariffs and all that? No, fuck that. You're supposed to be impartial. Color of law. If they don't want to follow it, notice there are 3 dissents and 4. 369 also. But so 6, yeah. Like we said, who helped put the 2 in? The Mormons did. And they have been fighting Trump the whole entire time because they want to run it how they want to run it. That's why he put that big red line around Utah. He's like, no. Because remember, every place outside of Utah is a Mormon mission. So what's your mission exactly? To overthrow the United States of America. Yep, Roberts voted down. No, he didn't vote it down. No, yeah. Well, it's Roberts,
Gorsuch,
the 4 bitches. Yeah, Gorsuch and the 4 bitches.
Amy
Amy Cuck Barrett. So stupid. That's why, I mean, honestly, women shouldn't hold public office. It's not sexist. It's being a realist. Because women thrive off emotions. You can't. You have to think logically with this. You can't go in there with a bunch of emotions. Oh, we're gonna do this. No, whoa.
I don't think this has anything to do with whether they're women or men. If you're
it does. It does.
No,
it does.
I don't think so.
No,
because
women,
look at Sidney Powell.
Look. Are you? See this exact? No, broads need to be out of fucking government. Period.
I don't say it that way because look at
Oh,
Sidney Powell.
Look at the women now. Go ahead. Look at the women now that are in office. Go ahead.
Look, they're assholes. They're assholes. I would not argue with that. Okay, so you're saying they can't be objective and go by the law. They can be corrupted, no question. I don't think their decisions are based on emotion. They're based on being corrupted, on being completely anti-American, on being. So men do that too. We're talking about corruption, evil versus.
We're talking about fucking. No, we're not talking about corruption, evil. We're talking about emotional fucking constructs here. Women have a horrible emotional construct. They don't need to be in office.
Who's screwing little boys and raping them? Is that?
Oh, and the girls are. And the girls are the witches.
Well, I'm saying so. It's the same.
No, it's not.
Okay,
You can
so-
have all men in there, and they sit here, get all the fucking dirty fucks out of here. Because who started this? The fucking Jews. The Jews started this. So hold your emotions for fucking somebody else, because that's all bullshit.
But what
Women do not need to be in office. They don't. Explain to me what woman in office has ever done something positive for America. Go.
Well, I could say that right now, where we are at this point. But if you look at the founding fathers, there's a lot of evidence that there were women behind a lot of those things.
No, there weren't.
There weren't.
Where?
Okay.
Fuck
Okay.
out of here. Fucking, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Are you? Man, you got, man.
First of all, who started a lot of this movement right
The fucking
now?
Jews started the movement with the feminists, and look at you. Look at
I'm
you
not a
right
feminist. What I'm saying is, who are the ones that were speaking up during the last few years? It's the women who were going to the schools. It was the women who were saying, I don't want my children learning about blowjobs in the 3rd grade. It was
But it's the fucking women that are going and leaving their fucking kids with these daycares to go out and be working women of the world. Because we're feminists. Hear us war.
Unfortunately,
That's
many
your
women
problem
can't
for
stay
leaving the
home
kids with
because
somebody
the
else.
husband's salary is not enough. So that's not the woman's fault or the
No.
man's fault.
No,
That's the
no.
slave system.
No, the problem is if you can't afford kids, don't fucking have them. It's really that
you know
simple.
what, Jason? That's going into a whole other thing.
What do
of
you
saying
mean a whole
can't
other thing?
afford. Because then people would never have kids, okay? And if both people, a woman's a
Oh
teacher,
my God. Oh my God. You know what? See, this is the problem with this. Because everybody thinks, women need to, no, women need to be fucking watching their kids. You need to be at home watching your kids. You don't need to be out gallivanting around, whore-assing around fucking Congress and fucking hoe-assing up on the fucking streets. You need to be at home watching your fucking kids.
Okay, well, how many of the women in Congress have kids? I would like to know, because maybe some of them are career women who decided I'm not going to have kids. So that's another thing.
No, so they should be the ones that are fucking saying, hey, no. We need to just get rid of all the shit, get rid of the 19th Amendment, and fucking let's just fucking fix the whole thing. That's it.
Well, I think that's what we're trying to do. I think we're trying to fix everything at this point.
Yeah. And the main problem is Jews and feminism. Feminism ruined the government.
But
feminism
let me ask you
ruined
something.
society.
Before feminism,
Yes.
okay, going back to Italy, some of my ancestors worked. They were poor. They babysat. They I'm not saying they had careers.
Okay, but that's Italy. This is America. We're
Okay.
living in America
And
now.
in this country, my
Yes.
grandmother who lived here
Okay.
worked for the ladies' garment union because
The ladies' garment union was fucking communist. You do know that, right?
I'm not talking about what she didn't know. She didn't know this. She was a fucking uneducated.
But look at you now. You fucking know it now, and you're fucking still being stupid.
I'm not being stupid.
Because we have that fucking
but
Jew
my
mentality.
grandfather was an immigrant. He did
Nope.
not make enough money for them to put food on the table, so she
Who?
had a job.
Who fucking? That was fucking 1900. We're in
wasn't.
2026 now, and you're still letting your kids with these fucking Satanists.
Right.
So who's the problem here?
No, because you're saying that it was the problem with the amendment, and I'm saying if you go,
It is a problem with the amendment. Susan B. Anthony was a tranny. Surprise! Wow, light dogs upon fucking shallow heads. Fucking tranny pushed all this in. So I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting on that answer of what female in government has ever made anything better for America.
I don't know. I guess I look at certain women that have been, I don't really follow enough. I look at local politics. No woman has been president. No woman has really had the power. The men still have the power in government.
should.
Well, they've done a great job. They've done an amazing job, the men. Look at how great the job they've done.
Well, if we didn't have the fucking Jews, your halvesies, we wouldn't have these problems. See how wonderful life could be when you just eliminate a whole fucking group of people? That's the problem. The problem are the fucking Jews. The Jews and the women corrupted this whole fucking world. You can't say they didn't because, look at OnlyFans. You see a bunch of dudes on OnlyFans? Whoring it up?
That a what? I didn't hear what you
On
said.
OnlyFans. Whoring it up? You see a bunch of grown-ass men doing that shit? You see men like, but you'll see fucking 304 in it. They will do anything to sell their ass. And
Well, I don't
that's
know.
that.
Most of the people I know that are abused are getting fucked by men. You know what I mean? They're performing the sexual abuse and stuff. So I'm going to venture to say that it's a whole system of fucked up, evil people, regardless
And who brought that system in?
Well,
Some
they may
demonic
have.
fucking people.
The Jews.
I think the question is not how many women in Congress have got kids. It's how many women in Congress have got dicks.
Well, that's a whole other story.
And if they have kids, then they don't need to be in Congress, do they?
No. Well, I
Watch
think
their kids. What, they're nannies?
You know, we all want to move back to a lovely, lovely system where the woman can stay home and take care of her family, and the man
Should.
can
I mean,
do one
that's
job.
But that's the
Yeah.
problem. Feminism ruined everything.
Yeah.
Well, no one's arguing with that.
It's not a fight between men and women. Women cannot hold public office because they are too emotionally driven.
Well, you sound very emotional right now, and I'm kind of talking at a very slow speed.
Because you're not getting it through your fucking head.
No,
That's
it's
the
not about
problem.
getting it through my head. It's that
Well,
you're
you know
not
what?
listening.
You know what? I'm done. I'm done dealing with you. I am. I just am. I'm tired of it. Because you're always going to go back to fucking. You got that Judah in you that you're not going to fucking shake.
You know what, Jason?
You're
I
not
am
gonna
not
fake it.
Jewish, and I don't know why you say that to me.
You're the one that keep on saying I'm half Jewish.
I'm not half Jewish. I'm Italian.
But you cater to the Jews because you have half Jew kids.
No,
You
they're
married
not.
a Jew.
No, they're not his kids.
Then whose kids are they?
Do you want to know? I used a sperm donor.
Wasn't me, was it?
Wasn't you? I don't think so.
Sure.
My husband wasn't able to, so we had to use, which my children know about.
But the thing is that the Jews are the main problem in this.
But I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, but who corrupted the women?
I'm not arguing that either.
So, if you have corrupt women, what do you do with corrupt women? You don't put them in public office. That's why everybody in Congress has to be flushed out.
100%.
All of it. But the thing
100%.
is, you cannot have, number one, you got to get rid of DC, period. Get rid of DC, fucking form up in the fucking 5 separate areas in the U.S. Have them all go there. Then, you cannot have women running shit. If they're we need the women to watch the kids. Because right now, we need women to have kids. That's what we need. We need women to have kids. And so far, we can't have women have kids because they fucking pollute our food, the shots, the vaccines, everything. But we need the ones that can't have kids to have kids now. Because right now, we are in a fucking slippery slope that our whole civilization is crumbling before our eyes. You have the Mormons breeding like fucking rabbits that don't have fucking birth certificates, so they can sacrifice all they want. Then you have the Jews sitting here fucking running everything. And then you got all these loudmouth fucking black broads and fucking the liberals, just broads, just Democrats in general. In general. Just need to be wiped off the face of the earth. Democracy is not democracy. They lied about everything. Should change the linguistics on them.
You know, that's one of the reasons I haven't got kids, because I was looking at all this shit 20 years ago, and what I saw coming was fucking horrible. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now if I had kids in this anyway. But
no,
you know, I want a world where everyone can have kids and take care of them, and they have a beautiful life. We're ironing all this shit out, aren't we? It's taken a long time, but it's coming. We know it is.
Yeah. Am I going to have kids? No. Can't have kids when you're doing this. And plus, if I had kids, I'd probably be in prison. I know that for a fact, because with the shit going on and people touching fucking kids, that's pretty much a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Well, it is. But as a person who has kids, I there's nothing in my life that gave me and gives me more pleasure than having them, than raising them, than being there to teach them, protect them, feed them.
But you did. But you got to do that. But that's the problem. The people now, they can't do it. But the problem is that they're pushing the women out. Oh, you need to be builders. You need to do this. You need to do that. It's like
I 100% agree.
No. Because the problem with the women is that like 90% of them go to a liberal arts college, and what are they getting taught? It's almost like as if, well, I mean, I think we could say that most of the women in America are great. Problem is, it's the ones shitbags that are in here that are ruining everything for all the good ones.
Agreed.
Exactly. Yeah.
But,
and what you just said there, Elisa, as well, was I have to protect my kids.
Exactly.
Do you know? But wouldn't it be beautiful if we're in a world where the kids didn't need any protection?
100%.
Like when we grew up. Why can't we? Like we said, why can't we go back to the 80s? We just want to go back to the 80s. That's it. Mid 80s.
And I got news for you. A lot of these kids today, they think about what it would be like to live back then. Like I always say, I wish I could stuff my kids in a time machine and bring them back. And they're like, yeah, we'd love that. So, but the idea of, not having kids, I mean, if you're a person who loves to nurture and loves to, take care and guide, then that's what you should do. I mean, life is never perfect and there's never enough money. Trust me, even when you have a lot of money, still enough money for kids. But that is the most rewarding. If they gave me a choice right now and said, you'll never podcast again and you could stay home and there'd be no.
But the thing is that you could stay home and podcast. That's the beauty part, because you're still around your kids. It's right. Because they wanted women to get into the working world so that they could be abused. Let's face it, that's what they wanted. They wanted just like Doug Emhoff and all, they want that secretary with the legs. And it's like, you're going to work to do a job. Yeah. You're not going to work to be a fucking whore dog. That's why I absolutely love what I did as a career. Ironworking, you didn't deal with it. You maybe had like 2 or 3 women in the whole trade, but you didn't deal with them because they were worse than the guys. They had worse mouths and all that, but that's just the thing. You didn't have to worry about getting, having your boss grab your ass or anything like that. It's like, so if you just get the women out of the workforce, at least for now. But why do we have to have such a massive workforce? Yeah, everybody's like, what are we going to do for a job? It's like, but that's
to tax them. I mean,
because everybody's like, well, what are we going to do for work? It's like, that you don't have to. Yeah. The whole system's fucked.
Yeah, yeah.
But now with the tariffs, that's why it's the Jews and the Mormons, because they want that tax. They all want, and especially Democrats, they have to live off that tax. Because if you're not getting taxed, then how are we getting rich? We can't live on 170 grand a year. You're not making 170 grand a year, it seems.
Right.
I mean, was it Ilhan Omar? And her husband was like 532 million. 532 million he embezzled. Million. That's him. Then you have her with the 30 million. How in the hell do you? Then you start doing the math and you're like, well, at least you get a paycheck and you're like, okay, year to date and everything. And you're like, okay, but that's not the money you keep.
Right.
So how much? So on 170,000, they're getting taxed, what, 30%, 40%? So what, about 90, 100? About that? And then you think of all the lobbyist money and shit like that, and they don't pay for fucking any place to stay.
Right.
So what do they really have? I mean, so they could get Ubers to go from one place to the other right in DC so they look fancy? You fucking walk, man. Get some exercise. But that's the problem. Everybody went to DC to get rich, except Trump. Everybody. But everybody that they put in D.C., all these universities they sent them to, like Georgetown, they send these failure universities, these foreign service universities, in order to circumvent the United States Constitution, in order to overthrow the government. And they think it's all for China and Russia. It's not. It's for fucking Pax Judaica. Because now you see the surveillance state coming in. The Mormons are pushing with the CIA. And you have Erica Kirk with ties to Scientology, which is beyond fucked up as I see it. But it makes sense because, well, if you're all fucking with kids, and the CIA and the World Jewish Congress took over the CIA, over Scientology, and then you have the Mormons balls deep in it, it's like, I think we have a fucking religion problem.
Probably.
I think when he says religion, and then you have the whole religious freedom, and that Catholic chick got kicked out because not identifying Israel as a legitimate state is anti-Semitism for some reason. They keep on changing the definition, and then you find out why there's no hyphen in anti-Semitism. Because if there's a hyphen, then they have to acknowledge that there were Semites.
Right.
It's like, wait. You literally changed the whole dynamic of the English language just to suit your ill will? Got it.
There's a reason they've been kicked out of 109 countries.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's horrible. And right now, they're still over there fucking, they burn fucking like hundreds of people's sheep alive and all that just to overtake the whole West Bank. It's like, do they not have situational awareness?
No,
because, I mean.
So going back to dates. So he said 3 days, right?
Yeah, but the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
The 24th is a massive day. Fuck is it? Damn it. Oh, here, hold on a second. Because there's so much shit that happened on that day. Fucking hell. Oh, shit. Fuck, I'll find it.
Is that the State of the Union, Jason?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I went through the dates in history, and I'm like, these dates are odd. Because when people are like, oh, it's all event-driven, it's not date-driven, it's like, well, then why is it, I believe in 8 posts, it says dates are important in the drops.
Right.
It's like, because when you start, it's like, so you're saying that July 4th, 9/11, I mean, all these other dates, but what if they're not the dates that we're accustomed to? What if you have to look at a different calendar? Then you look at the satanic calendar, you look at the lunar solar calendar and everything, and then it all pops up in the Chinese New Year, the Lunar New Year, which was just this week. But there's a big problem. It's not a problem for us. It's a problem for them that's coming in, and that's Regulus. Regulus is one of the 4 royal stars. And Regulus is the one that wipes out demonology. So is this whole Easter Regulus rising over the Sphinx? Because there is another folk cult. What was it called? It was another star system, and I'll find it. But the thing is, there's 4 royal stars. Now, one of the royal stars is in. It's not folk cult. It's which one is it? Here, let me pull it up. Let me see. Royal stars. Because there are only 4 of them. Because they're the 4 royal stars of Persia. Let's see, you have Aldebaran, Regulus, Antares, and Fomalhaut. Fomalhaut. Now, I am going to put this, if you want to show this, because you'll see where this all makes sense.
Jason, did you say something about Easter?
Yeah.
Okay, remember during COVID when Trump first said we'll be done by, wouldn't it be great if this was all done by Easter? And everybody thought they meant that COVID would be over, you know, the normies. But
yeah, but
he was in a military operation.
He didn't say which Easter.
He never said which Easter.
He said Easter. He said Easter. It's like, well, what year?
Yeah.
It's like, so now with Easter being on April 5th, that's also another D5, right? How many D5s have we had so far this week? Or last week, too? You had her saying, Pam Bondi saying, and did you hear her? And the Dow Jones over $50,000. It's like she didn't even know what it was, but it's like she was told to read it. Why? That's also a D5, right? It's like, So yeah, 4-5 is Easter, the movable feast, which why are we even using a movable feast? So you're running it by a lunar calendar. Easter, which they crucified Christ at. But the very next week on 4/12 is the Orthodox Easter, right? That's a boom week because 12 plus 5 is 17, right? You have March Madness and April 5th is sandwiched in between the semifinal game and the final game of the NCAA championship, March Madness. And the first day it kicks off on March 17th. Guess what happens that day? Those are the 4 playing games, right? Guess whose trial starts that day? Maduro.
Oh, yes, it does.
Right? Then you have 2 days. Then on the 19th, March Madness begins, right? Well, if an M is a 13, right? And you have 19, right? If you were to add that up, it's a 32, right? Invert.
Now comes the pain.
Pain. And that MS-13, it's the Sloan manuscripts. That's what the MS is. Sloan manuscripts. It's fucking demons. That's why I'm so pissed off lately, because how in the fuck could we let this happen? I mean, they know where these books are. So why were they allowed to take them? Why were they allowed to reprint them in 2005? I mean, there's all keys to stop. Because what's really pissed me off is that I know how we're doing this. They're putting the sigils in these seals. They're putting them in your computers, and then you think about the watches, right? Watch to watch.
Right.
Well, all those people get their watches specifically from a certain subject. We don't know who, but they're programmed because when you start seeing everybody around Epstein's circle, they all have a massive Apple Watch on.
Yes, you said that last time.
And you think about like the Fitbits, right? Remember they had everybody, and then it's like, wait a second. It's like it's good to monitor your own health, but why does everybody else get it? You know? And then you have the Apple Watches that you program it, and then they came out those Apple with those stupid ass glasses they were walking around. The virtual reality ones or something. You're using virtual reality glasses in a hologram. That makes no sense. It's like, why don't you take them off and live in the real world, or what's left of it? I mean, that's all you gotta do. But yeah, I put that Wikipedia right there. If you want to pull that up, because when you see this, you can't unsee it. Okay, right there, right?
Persia is Iran, isn't it?
Yep. But just leave it at that page because I'm going to read what it says at the bottom, right? So it's one of the 4 royal stars of Persians. It's the mouth of the southern fish, right? So it says Full Mount Earthwork B in Mountain State Park near Anderson, Indiana, lines up with the rising star of Full Mount in the fall months, according to Indiana Department of Natural Resources. But it's like what they named it, right? New Scientist magazine. termed it the Great Eye of Sauron, comparing its shape and debris ring to the aforementioned eye in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Ring films. Now, when you look at that, at where that formahalt is, that A is, right? What do you notice about that shape?
Which it looks like an eye.
Okay, if you take that shape, right, and you kick it 90 degrees this way, right, upright, doesn't it look like the fractured Space Force logo? Like there's a dent in it?
Oh yeah.
See? So this is the demon star. So there's 4 royal stars, but that one's coming in the winter. Nobody cares about that. That just comes over mountains in Anderson, Indiana. Nobody gives a fuck, right? Regulus, the royal star, that is, let's see, Regulus in Leo, and Formahalt would be in Pisces Austrinius, and Regulus is the watcher of the north associated with the summer solstice, right? But then also, Regulus is the guardian of the west and a warrior spirit against evil forces as detailed in Zoroastrian texts. Then you have a Formahalt, which symbolizing cosmic order and often linked to Ursa Major as 7 thrones, representing stability and guidance. Wrong. 7 thrones, 7 mountain mandate. 7 mountains has been in the Bible too. But with Regulus, it's the guardian north associated with the summer solstice and combating demonic forces. But that's the one from the north, right? Where do all the northern lights come from? The north. Also, not gonna believe this, but we watched a video last night on Piri Reis, right? And this absolutely blew my mind. So they took an old Piri Reis map, right? And they're like studying everything, and they're like, well, down by Antarctica, it shows it all lush, and they said it was extremely hot. They said there were massive snakes everywhere and shit. And he ended up like taking the emailing the Air Force, the map to the Air Force. They're like, hey, don't check this out. They emailed them back and saying, well, you're right. This map was done before Antarctica froze, because they took like all this like dynamite and they did blasting with they do something with the sonic waves and all that, where they drop dynamite in holes and then they measure how long it takes to deflect and all that. It came up the same exact map. So now when they say learn to read a map, well, then we use Occam's razor. If that Piri Reis map is correct, what other Piri Reis map is correct? The one at the North Pole. That's why Trump needs to take the northern shipping lanes. Because the North Pole has to be connected to Greenland. Because why would we want Greenland so bad? There's got to be something, well, there's something in Greenland to activate. But when we go back to the North Pole and all that, you look back at Admiral Byrd, right? How he flew over and he's like, hey, there's like mastodon down there, like living, walking around.
Right.
So, and then remember he's taking that big palace and all that. It's like somebody like that, you're not going to make something like this up. You just won't.
You going back to the clocks and everything. Every time. Okay, so I forgot where the last speech was when he was talking about tariffs and he was talking about the different countries. But he made it a point to say with Switzerland, that story with the leader of Switzerland and they make nice watches. But today, of all the stories, well, he did say India, but mostly he started focusing on Switzerland again and that whole story, and said about them. I think he said today. I don't know if it was the last one. My point is, he wants us to hear that. The watches.
So are the watchers in Switzerland?
No, the watches. He
yeah,
says,
but I mean, he mentioned Switzerland, right?
Yeah.
But one of the main watchers are in Switzerland too, because you have the one. Oh my god, the one in was it Euphrates? That the military, 20-foot tall Nephilim with broken wings on his back. That's who that's what our military is going after right now.
In Switzerland?
No, that was in Iraq.
Oh, Iraq.
That was Iraq, but you think about it, Iraq, you have all these, Gilgamesh.
Yes.
That's why, Epstein's so big in this. Epstein has the Nephilim blood. So when they check the blood of whoever's at that house, right? Why didn't it show up on the FBI database?
Because it wasn't human.
Right.
Nope. Why did they have to send it to a private lab all the way in Florida?
Yes.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, you're in Arizona. It's like you have databases everywhere, right? Why did they have to go to one specific place to have this done? And then it's like you try to get anything out of this sheriff. Like he's lost his marbles. Like, never in my life have I ever seen people this paranoid about finding somebody. And we've seen numerous missing kids. Everybody's like, well, where are all the missing kids, right? Remember, that's what we've been hearing for the past year and a half.
Yeah.
One 84-year-old woman comes up missing, and now the world stops.
Yeah.
It's I can't get past the smile either. That Glasgow smile, that line. Hillary's got it. Guthrie's got it. But the did you hear about the book that she wrote, Elisa? About how when she was kids.
Guthrie?
Yeah, that they would get kidnapped.
Who did?
Savannah Guthrie. When they were kids, they would like.
Wouldn't they play games pretending?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretending to get kidnapped for days on end.
Yeah.
With they said their Aunt Terry. Is your aunt or uncle? Because that's one of those names that, it's like, I don't see any women named Stu or Jason, and I don't see any men named Elisa. So why does it just go to Terry? And then they made like this big game out of it. It's like, who plays kidnapping games with their kids?
Yeah, that's strange. That's like
I thought that was very
I would lose my shit. That's when you look at this is not a game. It's like, what's not a game?
Yeah, that isn't.
I mean, it's man, oh man. It just this dark shit is just it wears on you. It really does. I mean, because I could see myself in the past couple weeks getting real fucking testy about this shit because everybody's like, oh, and it's the media. Oh, the only thing that's in there is a couple names. Yeah, don't look up jerky. Don't look up cannibalism. Don't look up mirrors. I mean, and then maybe we need to type in watch in the Epstein files.
Watch.
Because I think it's these basic words, these basic like words and phrases that they're putting in the drops that we need to really cross check, like watch. Because we think mirror, right? Then you look at the mirror, it's like. Then you look at all these draw a circle, expand your thinking, right? It's all to their druid shit.
Yeah.
Because they have one in, I know, Delaware. They have them all over. But it's these druids. And I know one of the top druids is, God, what's his name? Ron Wyden. I think he's from Oregon.
Okay.
That's the guy that his wife's assistant committed suicide. Because their daughter was tormenting him. Can you imagine?
What do you mean tormenting them?
Tormenting him. Because he was gay and all that. So she would just, and she was like 11 or 12. Like, doing shit to like everything. Like those kids are evil. That's why they said that there's one guy that he looks like a grandfather, but he's not. That's high up in it. And that's Ron Wyden. Because his kids are like 11 and 13 or something like that. But yeah.
So are you saying they're like possessed? They have evil in
he's
them?
he's a high druid priest. I think his wife's a witch too. A lot of these wives are witches.
Yeah. So C. Jake said Trump has watch commercial on Fox.
For his watch? Remember, he brought his watch too. And when they unveiled it, there was one watch that didn't have the same time, but there were other watches that had that same exact Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I like what you do here. But that's the, it's like, so he sold cologne, watches, and all that. And they're like, oh, selling Bibles. Okay. So what you're saying is that we have a problem with somebody selling something and getting something in return, even though there's a mutual exchange. Because it's not like he's forcing it upon people to buy.
Right.
People are buying it voluntarily because they want to support it. So if you're getting something in exchange for that, then that's a good deal. But the problem is that a lot of these people, they're getting money exchange, but the backdoor dealings, they're not doing it to help us. They're doing it to help themselves. I just have a funny feeling that Tuesday night is going to be off the fucking charts.
Wow.
Because because the floor is yours, the State of the Union address. It's on 2/24, which is a 4-year anniversary of Ukraine going into Russia. Because 4 years ago, there was a 666. So now you have 2/24. You have 6, 10, 2, which is a 9. 2/24, 10 is a 9. So you have 6.
Mark
2,
a 9.
9, yep. Wait.
Look, I mean, everything is positioned around Iran at the moment, isn't it? That way.
Yeah, and you see who else showed up? China and Russia showed up too. So they're really playing this World War III out. I mean, they really have people believing this. Like everybody's like, oh my God, World War III is imminent. He signed the Board of Peace. Who's the only one? Everybody signed the Board of Peace, now included. But then he has to run over here to the U.S. to say, oh, well, we need more weapons and all this. Like, come again? I thought we were done with this shit. You got your body. Now that's it. But now it's like, oh, they're shooting at us. It's like, really? 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 Because if anybody ever knew how they were treated before, the Palestinians in Gaza, I think everybody would want fucking Israel leveled. But you don't have to look at it now, because they could just sit there on the 24th and read off all the crimes that they've done. Everybody. You could sit there and you could go off on a complete tangent on the whole Epstein files. But at least say, in all these Epstein files, you pull up his name. Why are there? It's all news. It's all news articles.
Yeah.
It's like this one article I read. It had him in it like 50 or 60 times in one article. It's like, and it's all after he died. So now, when you think about it, it is a Democrat hoax. Because why would you throw all these FBI files and all that in these emails? Were these getting sent to him while he's dead? Did he check them? Because I don't know if you can go on that J World or how you can go through emails. I wonder if there's a way that you could actually see if they were read. Yeah, you can check and see how, like, if you look on your email, you can see which ones you read and which weren't.
Yeah.
Which I doubt if it would work, because I mean, then everybody's going through them. But I wonder if there's like, I don't know, maybe like some kind of like date that it was checked or something on there.
So wait, what are you saying? What are you saying is a hoax?
I think it's still alive. Well, all the stuff that they put in the Epstein files and all that about Trump and everything, because remember, they took all the Epstein files the first term, so they loaded up with all these articles and everything about Trump, and they loaded all in this fake one of Epstein. Like, they dumped a bunch of files in there that have nothing to do with anything. It's like, why are you putting all these FBI things in there? But then you have to think, they had the FBI. Because everyone's like, oh, fuck Chris Wray. It's like, Chris Wray came in after Trump was president. And now you're starting to see, well, we found all these burn bags. It's like, mission accomplished.
Yeah. Did you?
Because, I mean, honestly, are we looking to fix the FBI? Or are we looking to exploit it to bring the whole thing down?
I think
I like B.
Choice B. Yeah.
I like B.
I like B.
Because the CIA's done after Venezuela. That was their closing act. Because that was Operation Southern Spear, which the OSS is the precursor of the CIA.
Right.
These guys are brilliant how they did this. I mean, but the whole, there's one initial that I gotta find. But all this for a LARP. It's not LARP. It's an acronym, but it's not LARP. It has to do with that lesser ritual of the pentagram. It goes back to the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, Crowley. It never stopped. They just kept going. And there was this guy that was involved in writing this shit early on. And his middle name was Osman. Osman.
Sounds like Tim Osman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Osama bin Laden.
Kind of weird, isn't it?
Very. Well, not really, but yeah.
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 I mean, because this, I mean, man, when they said a spiritual war, I mean, you're like, oh yeah, there's Satan and who else? I mean, the list is long.
Satan's minions are everywhere.
And there's like, because we start looking at this, it all goes to the cardinal points. So if we're talking about the 4 cardinal points, we're right on track because all of these entities, you have to summon them in a specific way. You know, summon this demon, you have to go northeast. You know, I'm like, wouldn't it be a lot easier just to not be an asshole? Or not be evil?
But what if they don't have a choice? They're possessed already.
Man, I think Epstein was like a big moon ritual that was done on the swearing in of Eisenhower. Born on the same day.
Yeah, you've been saying that. Yeah.
Because there's something about these rituals and how Trump moved it inside the last time. And we know everything about the whole ritual with the obelisk and all that, you know, because the 14 and a fish that he has on
Podesta's hand.
Podesta, yeah. That goes right back to Osiris.
Yeah.
Because it's like, are you saying, I mean, are you telling us that you crave cock without telling us that you crave cock by having 14 and a fish on your hands? Because the 14th appendage was the dick that got ate by a fish?
Yeah.
I truly am just beside myself knowing that we've probably been around some of these demons, like in person.
Yeah, I can
Like
imagine.
just walking, at least like New York, Chicago. Some of the people I saw in Chicago,
Listen, have you ever been? I remember being on the Long Island Railroad. I can't let go of this because it literally was maybe one ride. There was a guy who sat across, you know, sometimes you have the seats that all go in one direction, and then you have the ones that face, and it was crowded. And he sat across from me, and I just felt, I didn't feel afraid like he was going to pull out a gun. He was going to physically, there was an energy coming from this guy that I couldn't wait to get the frig off there.
Yeah.
Like literally. And we've all had those moments. I also was once interviewing for like a cleaning person, you know, like a cleaning girl in my old house. Yeah. And this woman came. I was so spooked. She was asking me weird questions. but I was afraid to say, get the fuck out. So I said, thank you so much. Yeah, I got to go. I have an appointment. I did one of those things, but we've all been around people that we don't know why. They just feel there's an evilness that we feel. So 100%, I agree with what you're saying.
I mean, sometimes you feel the energy, don't you? Or vampires and stuff like that. But look at vampire, look at vampire films and things like that. You wouldn't know a vampire, would you, in the day?
Hell no.
These. The trouble is, these people, they thrive on being nice in public, trying to lie to you and convince you, and they are actors at the end of the day, aren't they? Satanists are fucking actors.
100%.
It is taxing. The more you dig on this stuff, the more you find out, and the more you think, fucking, oh. But we're all holding the line, and we're all going to be there in the end. We're all going to,
and the light, not just the line.
People going to wood chippers and hanging. There's a reason Trump brought back the firing squad about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So, going back to what you just said, Elise. So, this is what has me tripped out, because I don't know why this came. So, she came over and all that and asked questions, right? Instantly, I don't know why Mary Poppins came into my head.
Oh my God.
What if Mary Poppins was a witch? You let her in the house? All they have to do is be let in.
Like, I literally staged my house that night.
And I know you felt around people. I know we've all felt it, but there's that inner, you like, I like, you're sick to your stomach to even be around a person, because you could feel that, like that.
It's
and
evil.
especially in
I
big
don't know how
cities.
else to say it. It's frightening. It's not a fear of being physically harmed. It's that your existence is in danger. And I think you remember Trump said in one of his interviews, "Oh, you could be around these people. You wouldn't know who they could be riding a bus." And we took it like there was a lot of ways to take it. I always took it, quite frankly, that it was entities or Nephilim, something that you wouldn't know that they were who they are. That's how I took it.
Yeah. That's true.
Trump said, "I'm sure I have dinner with some of these people."
Yes.
No, he has. And that's the thing. It's like, if he can spot it and he's protected like that, I mean, you have the level of evil in America and in the world. Because this isn't our home. Not at all. What if you notice, like, Americans are like it's a consumer economy. Consume. So if we're considered a consumer economy, isn't it funny that we have like 500,000 missing kids every year? I mean, that's a lot of kids. That's generational damage right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you look at these kids, and everybody's like, "Oh, they're pedophiles." I'm like, I wish that was it.
Right.
That's the sad part. I mean, something like Erica, JD, they're involved with this too.
And you know what's weird?
Born Ohio.
Like when you watch when I used to watch movies, you could watch, like, even though I'm not into it, you could watch a slasher movie. You could watch like and you cover your eyes and you scream. But the movies that talk about this evil occult shit, it stays with you. The only thing you can really do is pray, like to be protected. But what I was just going to tell you, I was going to just tell you something about ask Stu. When we've had some guests on our show, people that are survivors, and it's heartbreaking to listen to. Horrible. But what screwed me up bad was when we had Laura Worley coming on, and she
Oh my God.
talked
Meet her in
about
person, a man.
the spiritual evil that they look to take over, and that I was telling Stu, I was like, that just fucked me up for a few days. Like, I literally felt like I just had to keep, like, Jesus, please, God, just stay with me, cloak me, protect me.
Yeah, let's start on them before they're born. Like in the womb, they're already fucking possessing them and fucking talking to them, saying spells and all this shit.
The formless ritual. And it all goes to witchcraft. It all goes back to the old witchcraft of England. That they kept on taking these grimoires. Even King James is mentioned. So, I mean, remember, his first book was Demonology.
Demonology? That I did not know.
Yeah, he wrote a book about demons before he decided to take a crack at the Bible.
Did you know that, Stu? I didn't know that.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Till now.
And King James, he was king of Scotland first, and then he went to England. He's like King James IV in Scotland, and then ended up being King James I, or something like that in England or something. Was flipped up, and because it's almost as if right around that time when they were having like the witch hunts and everything, because Candace Owens came out and said that it was a witch hunt. She used that term. And now we look at the whole Nancy Guthrie and the badge they wear. It's a signal of Babylon with an A, not a Y. And they keep on telling us to watch AZ. It's like, watch what? But then you start digging into the whole Mormon and the Mormon corridor, and now they're pushing NAFTA so hard because then it would have led a massive just human trafficking route all the way up through Mexico, all the way through the U.S., all the way through Canada, and there's nothing anybody can do about it because they just moved through federal lands. That's what they've always done. And then, not to mention, they're the ones that are responsible for the geoengineering. Because you can't blame that on the Jews on this one. No. This is Mormons. These are the spells and the witchcraft that once they hit certain spots, being a prophet, that you gain that knowledge. Because funny, how many disasters and devastations that happened in Utah? Funny how they all start just east of there with the tornadoes. And
is Utah on a particular ley line or a particular? Is there something about that land, that area?
There's gotta be something with that Great Salt Lake. Because you think about the Great Salt Lake and the Dead Sea in Israel, right? Yeah. Right there, you have the Dead Sea there, and then you have the Great Salt Lake. It's like, why is there a massive salt lake there?
Is that the only salt lake in the States?
That I know of.
So. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, the rest of them all freshwater. That's why I'm like, where did this lake come from? That's why this whole map and everything. I mean, you look at the map they drew us now, and it's shit. And then you look at these Perry Reese maps. Well, if those are accurate and true, because why would they? They did not do shit that was fake back then.
Right.
They had no reason to.
Right.
It's like, it's cartography. It's like you want a map to be as accurate as possible. But then you have them throwing these maps up on us, like throwing on a globe. I mean, how did they even know it was a globe? Right?
Right.
Yeah.
But with that, it changed everything. You're worshiping the ball. B-A-L-L or B-A-A-L.
God.
Yeah.
Same thing with the what do you call it? The aluminum and barium.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Chemtrails.
Chemtrails. Yes.
BAAL. It's like everywhere you see it, it's there. And it's like people saying, "Oh, he didn't have a bail account." It's like actually had over 9 of them. And then you look at the Santan account, SANTAN. Well, I mean, just pull an N out, Satan. But then he has BAAL, and then BAA1, BAA2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All these accounts. And if they say follow the money, what's stop following money? Bitcoin. Who created Bitcoin? Same people. So the CIA was involved. But you think it's like even with I'm not gonna go back and watch it. It's like 5 hours long, the whole deposition of Les Wexner. I don't know if you saw what the attorney said.
If you say more than 5 words, I'm going to kill you in an answer. Something like that.
Picked up on a hot mic.
Yeah.
So is that how attorneys supposed to talk?
Right.
And then you look at with him and having a Dybbuk box when he was a kid. Where is that now? I'll bet it's in that New York townhouse. Because when you look at these keystones, right, in these walkways, the one going in the Epstein's is a demon. Like, it's a demon right when you walk in. The head. And then not to mention Howard Lutnick lived right next door. And their addresses were 9 and 11. 66th Street. So you arrested Prince Andrew on a 66th birthday for going to 1166th Street.
Yeah, but he has been released on bail.
But did you see the photo of him in the car?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was like that picture of Prince Philip.
And same as Hillary, too. Remember when Hillary was on that guy's lap and they had that, especially Prince Philip, that like, it's the same. It's like, what? Yeah. It's like.
You guys, I just looked up Salt Lake City. And it says the location in the Salt Lake Valley bordered by, okay, this might be a reach, the Wasatch Mountains, WASATCH Mountains to the east and the Great Salt Lake to the west. I can't. I mean, I just looked down and I was like, no, come on.
There's a name of a peak.
Wasatch Mountains. WASATCH.
Does it say if there's any peaks in there, like a mountain, like a dromedary peak, dromedary peak?
Well, let me go.
Dromedary. That's what it is. Dromedary.
Yeah, that's single peak, isn't it?
Well, thing is, the Dromedary Peak is in Salt Lake County, Utah, 15 miles southeast of downtown Salt Lake City in Twin Peaks Wilderness, a land made the Wasatch Cache National Forest, WASATCH.
Yeah.
The Dromedary Peak is there. Why would you name it Dromedary?
Well,
that's
a camel.
That's what one of the demons wrote. A dromedary. So
Right,
you have Dromedary Peak in Salt Lake, and then you have Dromedary Peak and Dromedary Island in Antarctica. Oh, what you got?
Oh, right. Because
all right. So excited, right? Let me just read this. Oh, you want to read something?
No, I just want to say a dromedary camel has one hump. A bacterian camel is the one with 2 humps.
Okay. So it says very quickly, Salt Lake City has a history unlike any other American city. While many Western towns were born from the chaos of gold rushes or railroad expansions, Salt Lake City was a highly planned, religiously motivated, quote, promised land. Here is a breakdown of the key eras that shaped its unique identity. 1, the Mormon migration, 1847. The city was founded by Brigham Young, and the first group of Mormons pioneered, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They fled religious persecution in the Midwest, seeking a place to isolate that no one would bother them. So the first question I have is, why were they persecuting you? But that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Then this is in quotes, the quote, this is the place moment. Upon entering the valley, Young famously declared it the right spot, despite it being a harsh, arid desert. Next, the plat of the city of Zion. The city wasn't built organically. It was designed on a strict grid with massive 132-foot wide streets, wide enough, as legend has it, for a wagon team to turn around without profanity, in quotes. And it says that it was an oasis of irrigation. The early settlers performed an engineering feat that changed the American West. They created the first extensive irrigation system used by English-speaking people in the U.S. By diverting mountain streams, they turned the great American desert into a lush, walkable city. Now, there's a whole bunch of other shit here about it, but what I found really interesting was this whole thing about the grid.
Yeah.
Designed on a strict grid. It wasn't built organically. This is under the plat of the city of Zion. The city wasn't built organically. It was designed on a strict grid with massive 132-foot wide streets, wide enough, as legend has it, for a wagon team to turn around without, quote, profanity. And weren't we just saying, like, what's it built on? Is there a grid? Is there something interesting about it?
Do you know how tall it is? John with every feet. 11,107 feet.
Yep. Yep. And that's
11,107. And funnily enough, it's 3,385 metres high. And I just thought I'd have a look at Q Drop 3385. It says you didn't think the Epstein investigation began a few months ago, did you?
They've been out there for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. 2005 when Trump was turning them in. Why don't the news come out and say that? I mean, everybody else found it in the drops. Why aren't they mentioning that?
Right.
I mean, let's check this real quick. Oh.
By the way, if you do type watch into the drops later, don't bother with that because there's hundreds of results. But if you type wristwatch in, there's only 5 files, which might be worth looking at.
Okay, how big did you say it was on? 100?
The streets were built on, okay, so it features 1 square mile. These are the grids. 7x7 grid with 10-acre blocks, 132-foot wide streets, and a central area reserved for community and religious buildings. The plat of Zion include grid system. The city was designed as a square grid, roughly 7x7 blocks with wide streets, 132 feet, and consistent 10-acre blocks divided into 20 equal lots, 0.5 acres each. And the central, oh my God, listen to this. Central layout. The central blocks were designed for public, religious, and communal structures such as temples, schools, and civic buildings. Quote, 15-minute city concept. The plan intended for farms to be located outside the city grid while residents lived in the center, promoting a compact, walkable, and in modern terms, 15-minute city design.
Huh. So who built that? I mean, I'm looking at it right here, and it says local streets, typical width 2650 feet. Arterial streets, major streets designed for higher traffic volumes, often accommodating multiple lanes, 50 to 100 feet wide. You're talking their streets are the size of interstates wide.
Right.
Yeah.
They say they wanted to be able to turn the whole thing around without profanity. I don't know exactly. I mean, we know what profanity, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Wide enough, as legend has it, for a wagon team to turn around without, it's in quotes, profanity.
But it didn't, but they said it didn't spring up organically.
No.
So it was already there.
Well, they said they built it.
They say they built it.
Right.
But the thing is, all those grids, you look at all the old maps on every old map we've seen of all these old cities, they also follow a grid pattern.
Well, New York follows a grid pattern, right? Manhattan.
Everything does. You have Battery Park, everything like that. I mean, neighborhoods, everything's run off grids. But to have it that honed in by a bunch of pedophiles, and remember the whole thing about it's not Joseph Smith that was the problem; it was his mama.
What do you mean?
Joseph Smith's mom.
What?
She's the one that had all these kids start up all these churches. They're the ones that started the Church of Christ. All the kids started different churches. But that one, oh man, you found golden tablets? Yeah. Because there was she was pushing it. I think his mom was a witch. For sure.
But this was the one that's why they got kicked, allegedly. Well, no. They say that they got kicked out to go find this land where they'd be secluded. And you're saying that Smith's mom was the originator, so to speak.
In New York, yes. The whole Second Great Awakening was all
That's
them.
where it started? It started in New York?
All 4 Great Awakenings started in New York. All the building of all these different, not New York City, but New York, Finger Lake area.
Okay, so upstate.
Yeah, upstate. That's where it all started. That's where all these awakenings started. And then they started spreading out because his mother's maiden name is Mac. Kind of odd that that's Sheriff Mac. So highly touted in Arizona. Even though his kid got busted for fucking kids. Same one that stood next to Erica at the Trump rally. That one. That guy right there in jail for screwing kids. And your daddy's a sheriff.
Oh, it's the son of
Sheriff Mack, yep. Mr. Constitutional, fucking yeah, whatever, bud. How many kids you guys moved to Arizona? You wouldn't be there if it wasn't for McCain and Cindy McCain and all that, and the Mormons. Because you look at Arizona's packed full of Mormons.
Is it
in the state house and everything, like the Farnsworth and everything? The Farnsworth are the ones that created the TV. The Mormons.
You know, so someone who's this in the chat? They said, which is a really good point. Conanigan, I hope I'm saying that right. They arrived in 1847, and she says, how did they build all those stone buildings if they were so isolated?
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't say right, but
how do you build the temple? What tools did you use? So that's why this whole temple out there, man. What I mean, you look at a lot of these these massive churches in in Europe, and there's all this dark shit with it. How'd they build that? I mean, we need some answers here because we can't do that now. With all you have 3D printing, you've got all this, but you're still. I mean, you think that we'd find a lot of hammer handles, hammerheads, and chisels.
Right.
Nobody's found any of those.
Right.
Well, you would think, wouldn't you, if you could build such beautiful buildings as that, whether they use them for demonic purposes or not, they would be building them now, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Rather than fabricated shit.
Yeah. And all the photos they show is just like scaffolding around a finished building.
Founded.
So you
built.
think scaffolding, right? So how are you getting the stones up there? Are you handing them up? Because, scaffolding can only take so much weight.
Right.
So then again, we just want the logistics of it all. It sounds fair. I mean, but this dromedary, that's why I'm like, why would he ride it on dromedary? It's like on a camel. It's like, why? And then why would you name it Dromedary Peak? And then have two of them in Antarctica?
That's really strange.
The whole Antarctica thing is strange. All of it.
Watch the water, because a camel is called a ship of the desert, isn't it? Dromedary.
And find it. I have to find it, but I was even reading in here that there's 17 phases of water.
Phases.
17 phases of water. I'm like, we only know 5. 5/5 is a plasma. So what are the other ones? Like, there's got to be something, when they say watch the water and all that, it's like, and also maybe we should put water in the Epstein drops too.
Water. Did you know the Vatican City is 0.17 square miles?
No.
Somebody put that in the drop. I didn't know that.
There's so many 17s coming up right now. It's not even funny.
I know.
Exactly, Pablo. How'd they get the red bricks prior to brick manufacturing?
It says 109 acres, so I'm not sure where the 0.17. I just looked it up. Someone had put that in the chat.
This is note on it, 17 phases. The number 17 may refer to specific experimental or theoretical ice phases, but the total number of known water phases, especially ice polymorphs, exceeds 20. So the saying there is 17 phases of ice, which is water.
What if that 17th phase is a firmament? I know,
Yeah.
I don't know. But where'd all that ice come from in Antarctica? If it wasn't there in the 1500s. That's miles of ice.
But Greenland too, right? Didn't that not have ice too? That was all.
Everything was lush. We didn't have winter. Winter's chaos. I mean, if you want, I mean, it's supposed to be in the 70s year round. You're not supposed to have all this chaos because all this it put undue undue hurt on the biggest organ you have, your skin. Fucking nuts.
And it just.
Wow.
Yeah, but, man, these. Because I'm looking through these sigils. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Hold up. I got it right here. Hold up. Who wrote the dromedary? I got it right here. Paimon. Paimon. One of the kings of hell, more obedient to Lucifer than other kings are, has 200 legions of demons under his rule. That's why, I mean, you got this one with 200 legions, and you hear weird legion. It's like, how many legions are there? There's a lot of them. But it's all these, And England had 5 ships named after dromedary.
Wow.
Kind of weird. Angel particle matrix.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Judge
Yeah.
Stu Elisa, nice interest in check out APM Angel Particle Matrix Network and the FVP Angel Channel. Santos has spoken at length. You won't be disappointed.
Shall we ever? There's always something we learn from everything, and that's good.
Oh, it is good, isn't it? It's, you know, the majority of people out there just don't want to learn anything. That's the fucking problem.
Yeah. But there's a lot of us that are like, it's an addiction. I mean, it's because how else are we supposed to make sure that this never happens again?
Yeah.
Exactly that.
I mean, that's when it started. That's what I mean. I thought I hate talking about kids, right? I much rather go back to talking about kids. It's that shitty. I mean, you don't know who to,
Scary.
Because these people, we see them as humans, but what are they?
Right. It's just what we see. Just what we see.
And then that one psychopath, that Alex Karp, that one crazy guy with the frizzy hair, Palantir. Did you hear what he said?
No.
They said, well, if we don't get our way, then we'll just make some drones and we'll fill them up with like a fentanyl urine mix. We'll start spraying over everybody. What?
Yeah.
A fentanyl mix. Wow. So are they doing that now to people? Are they spraying that shit in the air now? Because think about it, if the Mormons are the second greatest landowners in America, how did they get the land in the first place?
Especially that they were kicked out.
Because they were sacrificing kids. The Mormons were, because it's all under witchcraft, under Freemasonry.
It's kind of the same model, right? Of the Jews being kicked out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it parallels.
Yeah, but the Mormons, I mean, the Mormons, what they did, I mean, like when you think back in this the mom Mac, right? And then you start looking, it's like, hey, none of you motherfuckers, they didn't believe in Christ or anything. They were just looking for an angle just to screw people, to get people to worship them, to follow them. Because why would you have Latter-day Saints? Ladder, Ladder. What? Latter-day, like Baal? Like the Tower of Babel? I mean, it's funny. They're all wanting to build these temples, all high in the sky, and they have that Moroni up there. They're demons. They say they're angels, but they're not.
Yeah.
Because on anything, they'll say, oh, it's an angel. It's an angel. It's an angel. Sure about that? Because, I mean, it's not very, the way you're living sure isn't anything that, like, any office of the Christ would actually take. But that's what they did. They just took all these religions and they started bastardizing them and making more and more and more of them. And because you think it's like, okay, religion, you have, I mean, how many religions are there? How many gods are there?
Right.
That's why, I mean, when they came here, they didn't come here, to build a Christian nation. They wanted to get away from all the religion. They wanted to just, that's why John Locke wrote Common Sense. It's all common sense with this. That's why Jefferson was all about it too. Because once you start getting wrapped up and locked into these religions and all that, you're trapped under their whole spell.
Yeah.
Because then you can't do this because, says it right there, but don't mind if we do.
It's everything, isn't it? It's not just religion. It's companies, it's sport, it's Hollywood, it's music. They infiltrate everything. Their symbols are fucking everywhere. And everyone who is still worshipping these fucking false idols is putting their energy where they fucking shouldn't be.
not working on yourself. And that's the thing. I mean, we say it now, but back in the day, we were all the same. But now that we're, do you think we're going to go back? Hell no.
No way.
We don't want that at all. I mean, it's just, but like they say, I mean, it has to go down like this because, I mean, this year is going to be insane. Oh, so you want to know what happened on February 22nd, 15, or February 24th, 15, something? That's when the calendar was changed.
Oh.
Gregorian. So that, yeah.
Went from the Julian to Gregorian, 13 days. So now, if you said on May 17th, we're going to rededicate America, right? Everybody's like, oh, the bill. No. Count 13 days from the 17th. Use the 17th as day one. You get May 29th. That's JFK's birthday. So who's coming out on the 24th? The floor is yours. We'll be live for it. It's on a show night. I mean, who's not going to want to watch the State of the Union?
Right, exactly.
And that's how you get the media, because if there's any commercials that cut out or anything, you lose your license. Notice you mentioned licensing a lot today?
A lot.
What time is his State of the Union?
Oh,
it's usually 9, right? I mean, traditionally.
Yeah, I think so.
What is that? PM?
PM.
Yes.
Oh, that's an early night and a get up early then, isn't it, for me? Bastard.
Because we haven't had the State of the Union yet. That we're, it's like the floor is yours. It's like, okay, the floor is his every time.
Yeah.
What about this time? Because notice how, he's like, oh, terrorists, like, oh. Like we didn't know they were going to do that.
Right.
That's why they're like, oh, yeah, there's always, like, he has plans upon plans. Okay, if this goes wrong, it's like they have a massive those massive flow charts, yes or no. They have like a triangle, a square. It's like, hey, go here, go here. It's like, how big is theirs? Because, I mean, no. I mean, how many people do they have working on this?
Yeah. Oh, exactly. 2 things I got from that speech earlier from Trump was exposure and power.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But he outed them all, like you said earlier. He outed them all. They all hate America.
Yeah.
Because, like, why didn't they say anything about the money? It wasn't about the money. It was about them stripping Trump of power again. He's like, so we have to spend another 5 years in court. It's like every time he's in office, spending time in the courts. But this time, there's a problem. What law firm are you going to use? Because he has them all on retainer. All the ones that screwed him over, remember, he's got them all in those big retainers. So you can't use any of them. Hey, we're using them. Nah, you have to choose again. Nah, we're using them now. It's like, man, this guy's... And they lined all this up, like, perfectly for this. It's like, how did you fucking know?
I know it's tough going at times, but it's fucking beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really is.
It's like, I want to see Trump's mirror. If Epstein has a mirror, and then he's like, hey, don't mess with that mirror's 400 years old.
Yeah.
Don't. And right there, it's like.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you watch the things about the mirrors that you're supposed to cover them up at night, I had no idea. Because that's how the spirits get in.
Through the mirrors.
Yeah.
Really.
But it makes sense because vanity, right? One of 7 deadly sins. Mirror.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people that like, but there are a lot of people that, up in these higher echelons that just, it's almost as if they can't look in a mirror because then they see something disfigured. That's why they don't go around mirrors. But then do they even see themselves? Do they even see a reflection? Because we saw the one with Biden and Alyssa Milano, and they had a black TV behind them. You saw the outline of Biden, but you didn't see the outline of Alyssa Milano. Same thing with Mike Pence's daughter when they were at that restaurant, and you see him sitting there, his daughter, and his wife sitting across, and you look in the mirror, there's no daughter.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, there's three or four of them sitting down in a like little booth thing, isn't there?
Yep, and you look in the mirror next to them, you only see two. But then in the picture, you see three. The reflection doesn't pick her up.
Yeah.
We need to see if witches can't, reflections and witches. But I think a lot of these are just demons. Like the formless ritual. Because they pick days of the week, and it goes along the lines of what Epstein was doing, because it's like, oh, it has to be, you have to have everything on this day. This day's the cutoff. It's like, well, why? Cutoff for what?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then you see that they paint the mirrors in different ways, and they get it all from Dulles Glass and Mirror.
Dulles, that's right.
I mean, and then you know that you find out that there's glassless mirrors. They have all these different kind of mirrors that they use in these rituals. And then you carry around a phone. It's a black mirror. It's like, what do we have, right?
Huh.
Man. See, there's something up with that Salt Lake City, though.
Yeah,
There's
something.
Yeah. Did you have that TV show over there, Black Mirror? It was big.
Yeah, I never watched it, but we printed it up because there were like a couple things that were just off in it.
Yeah, well, I only saw what I never used to watch TV until my ex-girlfriend used to watch so much stuff, constantly watching another box set or Netflix series and stuff. I was always on here doing this sort of thing. But I did watch one episode, and that was all about, it was weird, and it was all about like Facebook likes and all that sort of thing, where you just constantly have to keep liking people, otherwise your fucking score came down and all these things.
Oh, really?
Weird it was. I just want to mention that because you're talking about mirrors, but yeah, a lot of people used to watch that.
Hickenlooper in Colorado claiming a victory over the Trump tariffs. Yep, that's like when Walls was saying, "Hey, the Tesla stock way down." It's like, your retirement funds in Minnesota, predominantly Tesla. So you're wanting all your people to lose.
Right.
I mean, I've never, and then people voted for him to be a fucking vice president. What?
I know. It's so sad. Scary.
Oh, and do you see who else is in a video on Epstein's plane? Doug Emhoff. Ah. Dougie, where were you going? But yeah.
Them files, they're just the tip of the iceberg, aren't they? They're just to wet people's toes, I think.
And it's freaking so many people out.
Yeah, good. I fucking need it.
Damn.
They do. They've looked away and looked away and looked away and looked away and looked away. You've got to do stuff until they can't look away anymore.
Well, if we take it from the other perspective that everybody's been spelled, right? You know, then it's not really like they're purposely doing, they're spelled. That's why you have to break them out of it, because it's a spell. When you hear people that are under, it's like they snap the finger, they say a word, they do something to get them out of that hypnotic state.
Yeah.
And however we came into this world, it didn't work on us. We weren't able to get hypnot to the extent. Because
I can't believe you'd bring that up.
Why?
We've got something for you.
Guys, I have till 4. I just have to tell you because I have to go food shopping.
Yeah. Oh no. Probably watch it later, but 3 students die after being hypnotized by principal. Here in America.
Holy crap.
I mean, how did they die? What, he hypnotized them and made them do something, or?
Well, they're dead. They're all hypnotized by this principal. So now, how many other I mean, think of the school shooters and all the medicine that they're passing out in schools. You don't know what these nurses or anybody giving your kids now. You don't know anybody's giving your kids.
No.
It's like, man, let's just homeschool. They'll be a lot smarter.
100%. 117%.
And then you don't have to worry about buying school clothes all the time. You don't have to worry about keeping up with the Joneses. I mean, if you think about it, like when we all grew up, right, in neighborhoods and everything, everybody in the neighborhood. Yep. You go to this house. A couple hours, you learn this. You know, you have the dads. The dads can teach like how to change a tire, like basic stuff that men need to know how to do.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you homeschool your kids, they might actually learn something.
But they want to make them all activists now.
Okay, so just to answer your question, Stu, apparently they died within weeks of one another. We're trying to see.
Oh, right. So, yeah, I sort of misunderstood there. But, yeah, they were hypnotised, and then obviously subsequently things happened to them down the line. Yeah. But you don't know how many people this happened to. You don't know how many teachers get that in their training.
And there were 70, apparently, students that were hypnotized.
Oh, my. Homeschool your kids.
Wow. Yeah, one kid died in a car crash after frequent hypnosis. Another one died by suicide, I believe. And another one died by suicide. I think that just in general, that's the recap. I didn't read it in detail, so if there's any mistakes, that's why. But wow, guys, this was two by suicide, one by a car crash. Wow.
Fucking kids, man. They will do anything to prey on these kids.
Well, but we're going to do anything to save them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hence my shirt today.
Yeah.
Save the kids.
Yeah.
That's the battle. That is the battle.
I mean, this Epstein shit's gonna fuck up a lot of people.
I know.
Oh yeah.
You know,
without a doubt.
But you know what? Maybe they need it. They need to see it so that maybe it'll snap. Maybe that's what maybe that's what people need to snap out of this.
Yeah, agreed.
Realize that this is going on, and that's why they gave it to all of us. Because if you notice, like everybody's going different routes, but they're all reporting back to what they find, and they're showing the documents and everything like that. It's like, how was he? I mean, I don't. Still I don't even know.
Yeah.
But we can't let this happen again.
No.
Nope.
No, never. Yeah. Cheers, Jay.
Yep.
Hold the line, brother.
Yeah, and if you guys want to come on tonight, we'll be around. And we tried to show a movie last time, but it wouldn't let us show a movie on the channel. Like we could pull it up YouTube and watch a movie on there, but when we go to share it to show everybody,
yeah, it's copyright infringement.
We were looking for Road Trip, like movies that like from our past that we just all sit around and laugh and just have fun. But don't screw that. So
No,
we'll
it's
find a
great
way around that.
when CBD Guru came on. I mean, that was
man,
that was great stuff.
Man, he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's just hilarious.
I probably ain't going to make it tonight, but we can definitely try and do it every couple of weeks if we can't make a week anyway. But yeah.
And make sure you write down Tuesdays too.
Hey?
Tuesday's a big day.
Yep.
Yeah, I will. You're live, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, I'll have an early night and then I'll get up early and I'll be there. I'll be in the chat or whatever if you. Yeah.
Man, that's a dedication right there. You imagine that, Elise? Hey, Elise, you gotta give it 3 a.m. It's like, how do you want to die?
You'll find out.
Yes.
I like when you said that. Find out.
Thank you for your attention to this matter.
That's all the time now, right?
What's
I
that?
love it. It's all the time now in his truths. And thank you for your attention to this matter.
They're all orders. They're all general orders. He's just literally putting, because when you look at standing orders, general orders, he could use anything to put them out. That's why he started True Social, because, well, Twitter, we see how that went. So you have to actually, in order to talk to we the people, the president has to start his own social media company so that he doesn't get blocked by all the other ones.
Right. Yeah.
Where do we live? What the hell? God. Oh my God. What is this?
So on Tuesday, what time are you going to go live? Like, when are you going to start?
Oh, we'll still be live 5 o'clock, but I think it goes like 8. I think it's 8 o'clock will be the
free stuff.
Yeah, it's like 9 o'clock. Yeah, it said 9 o'clock, right? You should do 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's usually, I mean, unless he changes it.
Usually
I doubt it will. But man, oh man, I can't wait to see
9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I'll be there. Definitely.
And you know he'll be there at 9 p.m. because he's gonna make sure that, because all the other times he makes them wait.
Yeah, he makes them suffer.
He's probably like, "Hey guys, yeah, we're gonna start at 7 Eastern, so be here on time." Wait 2 hours.
Yeah,
like, I lied. It happens.
he's made me wait long enough, but I don't mind.
Yeah. The one he gave this morning, he had all the governors in the White House. Like a minute. He's like, yeah. He's got all the He's like, yeah. The media, you guys can leave. We're gonna speak candidly in here. I'm like, you know, the Democrat governor's like, don't go.
Please don't go.
It's like, man, oh man. It's like candid. Holy sh! I'm like, and then he went in there and talked today. They're all nonchalant. He's like, after giving them an ass reaming. It's like, don't these governors know? Probably not. But yeah, so I gotta go and pick up some paper because I got a couple things to print. And yeah, this is just.
I do love the fact that I know on some of your sites you've got it as 1.7 million plus documents now, and I think you're just going to leave it there, aren't you?
Oh no, we're at 1.8. We're over 1.8 now.
No, yeah, I know that.
Oh
I know
yeah,
you've got more than that, but it's better to have 1.7 plus, isn't it? Than
yeah.
1.8, 1.9.
Yeah, Dina put that. It's like you gotta love that too. It's like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, no, I loved it. Yeah, brilliant. All right, Jay.
All right.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you, Ethan. Love you.
Love you guys.
Take care. We'll
See
see
you
you
guys
later.
soon.
Bye.
All right, bye guys.
In a world flooded with noise, clarity has become rare. People are questioning what they're told and searching for something real. Mr. Heal's modern wellness meets old school remedies. CBD tinctures, methylene blue, gummies and edibles, THC-free wellness, and functional remedies crafted with old school care and modern precision. Biozox, a trusted source for ivermectin and fenbendazole. Biozox, believe your health decisions should be yours, not dictated by politicians or big pharma. Crafted with purpose and precision, freedom forged coffee, cacao and mushroom tinctures, small batch roasted coffee, rich cacao and functional mushrooms crafted with purpose. Verity Metals, redefining what precious metals investing should be. Why choose Verity Metals? We're not just another gold dealer. We're a trusted retirement partner. Our clients choose us because we lead with education, integrity, and transparency. Medical bills are the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States, accounting for 66.5% of bankruptcies. We can all agree The healthcare system is broken. There is an alternative. Impact health sharing, which Yahoo News is calling the disruptor in the $4.6 trillion healthcare system. For more information, visit patriotsacrossthepond.com.